how sweet to be an idiot.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. Start building your website today at squarespace.com. Enter offer code IDIOT at checkout to get 10% off Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Now let's start the show.
Yes. Here's some shows coming up. San Francisco, March 18th, Palace of the Arts. Brilliant Idiots Live is going to be crazy. That's our first show on the West Coast. Everybody on the West Coast, just come through that. That's going to be wild. Make sure you get tickets at Eventbrite. You can type in Brilliant Idiots at Eventbrite. That's March 18th. March 24th, I'm going to be doing stand-up at Harrah's in Atlantic City, AC. Make sure you go to their website, get some tickets for that. That's March 24th. Then April 30th, I'm going to be at Westfield State University. But let's back up. April 1st, we're going to be in London with the Brilliant Idiots Live. That's sold out, but just come through anyway. Say what's up. May 26th through May 28th, I'm going to be Hyenas Comedy Club in Dallas, Texas. And July 21st through July 23rd, I'm going to be at Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay? Get tickets, all those shows.
Now, all week long, I've been getting tweet after tweet after tweet. That was
Back in my day, we didn't have ads on podcasts. We would just do it for the love of the goddamn game.
Times have changed, Neil.
Neal Brennan is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Back in my day. This
We
is
getting
old
money
man,
now, Neal.
This is old man Brennan. You know who this is.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't drive. No, I used to hear reads
No,
on the champs.
we got some reads, but it was never like, because everyone thought we were racist for being nice to black people.
Really?
Yeah, they thought because we would only have black guests, they'd be like, "There's something about this is racist."
But that was the niche of the whole
I
champ
know.
podcast.
That's what we're trying. That's what I was always telling them, but they didn't.
This is Neal Brennan, everybody.
Yes, the
Hi,
guy
everyone.
that y'all been requesting all week long. Ever since you heard him on the Breakfast Club, you've been requesting him all week long on the Brilliant Idiots. He is here.
I would like to say quickly about the Breakfast Club, maybe the biggest thing I've ever done in my career, and I mean, obviously the writing stuff, but like no, listen to me.
What the fuck you
Listen to me.
No, he means in front
Listen
of the
to me.
camera.
Oh.
No, listen to me. The amount of hits I've gotten on the website for 3 mics since doing the show is like, it's gone up to like, since it like 4,000 hits in like a day and a half.
Wow.
And like I did Seth Meyers, I got like 500. I did like all this other, so thank you.
How are the tickets selling?
So let's
Great.
not
They sound
assume that people listening know what happened at the Breakfast Club. Let's hope that you guys watched the video. But 3 Mics is a show that Neal's doing.
That is correct.
It's a stand-up show.
It's stand-up show, 3 mics, one for stand-up, one for one-liners, and one for like true emotional monologues.
It sounds like you suffer from personality disorder. Like
No, I'm multifaceted. Thank you. And
Hold on,
multifaceted.
Is the emotional stuff, is it funny or is it just...
There's jokes in it, but it's not funny. I mean, it's not being told to be funny. It's being told to be like, I guess just
Give us an
communicate
example
some
of
shit.
an emotional
One of them is
thing.
about just having depression. Like just
Gotcha.
having depression since I was a little kid, taking pills, all that shit.
Yeah.
One is about my dad, not getting along with my dad and some shit with his will and all that. So there's like, it's like people straight up cry.
damn.
During the
Really?
show. I almost cry because I tell the story about my dad every night. And I'm like, I'm sure at a certain point I'll just be saying this shit.
Yeah.
I get choked up every time.
Is it therapeutic for you?
No, but you know what is? Therapy. Very therapeutic. No, I don't find it that therapeutic. I mean, I guess I find it, I like talking about real shit.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know if
Cathartic.
yeah, I'd say it's more cathartic, and talking about depression in public, I like doing, like I talked about on the Daily Show last night, and that people were like, whoa. Trevor has it too. So we were talking about it like we both have depression.
That's the thing with comedians. Why
Yeah.
are y'all so depressed?
I believe Chris said ignorance is bliss.
Oh,
and
great observation.
And
Chris
and
is Chris Rock, not Chris Morrow.
Yeah, and and
Very
ignorance is
different
bliss, and
Chris's.
comedians are not. We're like the opposite of ignorant. We're woke.
Ignorance
if you
is
will.
bliss, right?
So
The opposite of
so why is
ignorance
the whole
is
world
being
happy then?
hyper aware,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So imagine you were hyper aware of yourself. You know, for a lot of comics, especially if you're self-deprecating, right? Imagine all you did all day is thought deeply about what's fucked up about you. That's going to weigh on you. Not to mention, when you do stand-up every single night, like you start to process like someone liking you, or the emotional reaction you're getting is laughter. And if you're not getting laughter, there might be something wrong with the interaction. Do you find that when you're interacting with people, like, okay, this person's laughing. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess we're on good terms.
So y'all need attention, basically. You need
But
like
a specific type of attention.
Yeah.
Positive reinforcement for sure. But laughter is a sign of like, I agree, or I co-sign, or you're correct, or you're good, or you're interesting, or whatever. So yeah, everybody needs it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like everybody needs some form of positive reinforcement.
What's more depressing, telling a joke and not getting a laugh, or putting out a funny tweet and not getting a retweet?
A joke burns.
Because they're there.
Yeah.
On Twitter you can be like, oh, they're busy. You can make excuses, scandals on, but on stage.
Yeah, like, I'm going to retweet this tomorrow and see. Yeah, when on stage, it's like, literally I said to somebody, it's like asking a girl to the prom in front of the whole school.
Shit.
It's like, nah.
So what, like when you're dealing with depression, does it make you happy after you have a great show?
It makes you.
It's a drug.
Something, yeah. It makes you. It makes you feel better. You feel like a rush of something. You feel a rush of adrenaline for sure.
Yeah.
And you feel. Yeah, you feel good. You feel like, all right, like I'm doing all right.
And how long does it last?
It depends on what it is. If it's like a spot at the cellar, I don't know, 35 minutes. If it's like a TV show, it lasts like a day and a half.
But how do you know when you got utmost confidence in yourself, right? Because what if you're telling the same set all the time? So what if one night the set kills, so you're happy, the next night same set, nobody gives a shit?
Dude, it is the weirdest thing. You need. There's so many variables. I say stand up is like, it's like playing basketball if the hoop changed height every single day.
Yeah, one day you can dunk, one day you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
and
it's just like
yeah, and I would say it's like those like war movies where like some of you boys aren't coming home. Not every joke works every night.
No.
Yeah.
And
your closer works pretty much every night.
Like when you did your special, were you in your head during it?
The first one, because you do two. During the first one, I was like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like every joke you're like, I gotta cut it.
Dude, at my show last night, a actor came who I know, and he has a drinking problem, and he was straight up, him and his boy were making noise the whole fucking show, to the point where I was like, dude, in the show, I'm like, dude, stop. So I'm doing the show, and when you have like a regular heckler, and he was drunk and he wasn't, and it's a theater, so it's just like a bunch of girls who work there, so it's like we don't have any muscle.
Yeah.
And the whole show, I was like, literally just what I'm going to text him when I get off, just like angry thing, and then I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to confront him, and then I'm going to be like, fuck off forever, and then like all the things I was going to say, and you think like, oh, and I thought the show stunk, and I got like caught like a partial standing up, so it was like, all right, I guess it was good, but I fucking want to kill the guy still. I blocked him. I went into Verizon, blocked him.
Can you tell us who it was?
No, I won't say.
Okay, so
can you tell us who his friend was?
yeah, sure. It was Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. So it was Larry David.
Yeah, exactly.
So your man Chris Rock, at the Oscars,
he did great.
I thought he did great, man.
Yeah,
me and Schultz discussed this. I thought he did great. I thought it was smart. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was fair.
Yeah,
no, not impressed.
All across the board.
I mean, I think Chris is like the best. So when I saw it, I thought, Chris is a momentum guy. He's a rhythm guy. It's like there's certain guys that are just natural up there, and they can just kind of like, even Kevin, regardless of what you think of his comedy, he's kind of natural performer. He can kind of get an audience going without momentum. Chris is momentum, right? There's like a rhythm to his comedy. I thought the rhythm was off. I thought he was kind of rattled when they didn't respond to certain things.
See, that's comedian shit. Me sitting there watching it with the in-laws, it was just funny.
Yeah, it was only comics that agree with me on this.
Yeah, because listen, when I remember, I never forget, I saw Top 5 in L.A. Mm-hmm. We walk in the movie theater. Walking out is Naeem, Lynn, and Avion. Yeah. And I go, how?
The plastic cup boys, the red plastic cup boys?
I don't think
One third of the plastic cup boys.
So I go, how was it? And they go, you can't ask us. We comedians. I'm like, what they got?
Actually, I really like Top 5.
I love Top 5.
Yeah, I thought Top 5 was great.
Yeah. I worked on it, so I liked it for that reason. But like, I also liked the script, and I thought he did great, and I feel like the Jada thing was a little unnecessary, but I thought everything else was great. Now, I spoke to someone who said the Jada joke was almost to buy cover Meaning, if you don't make the Jada joke, it's like, well, why aren't you taking black people to task?
What'd I tell you? That's exactly what I told you.
I thought the whole beginning of it was like he comes out, I'm going to hate on white people. Then I'm going to do a few jokes that, I guess, what is it called? A concession assertion? Remember how they had that argument?
You break a few eggs to make a whole omelet.
Exactly. So you go, okay, this is your point of view. I'm going to give you that. And then I'm going to rip you up for the rest of the show, which I thought was cool that there was like this overlying theme. I'm into it. I thought it was even cool, the Oscars, to be like, yeah, go for it. Shit on us. That's fun.
You slander black people in order to be able to really slander the white people.
There we go. Give a little bit. The white people go, oh, yeah, that's true about Jada. I like the Jada joke, but I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious. Everybody thought of, I mean, that's how I thought of Jada when she was boycotting. I was like, you're the plus one.
What pissed me off was Martin Luther King's son talking about they was offended by the lynching joke. He didn't make a lynching joke. He made an observation. He compared, what was going on in the 60s by saying, they couldn't boycott the Oscars. They had better things to protest.
Because their grandma was hanging from a tree.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happened.
Lynched and raped. That happened.
Yeah.
Like, what are you mad about?
That was my favorite. My favorite part was the Obama joke, and it didn't do well.
What was the Obama?
Where he took a picture with Obama, and he was like, and these are the white people that, and they won't hire us. And it was like,
these are the best white people.
And that got, like, that was off rhythm and like stumbly, but it was great.
But the setup was I saw him do it at the cellar when he was working out, and that destroyed, right? But the setup, for some reason, when he was doing it at the Oscars, just seemed super, super long, and the payoff wasn't there. But at the cellar, maybe it was this intimate kind of room. It was like, oh shit, yeah, these are the liberals. These are the guys donating money to Hillary. These are the, this is Hollywood elite has always been like the we're good for everybody types, and he's saying that these motherfuckers
they're full of shit.
Yeah,
you know how full of shit they are. You know how people are like, hey, how are your black friends and all that shit. The fucking otherness. Like people do it to me. Like, oh, people go, you're the black whisperer, and just like, ugh, don't say that.
Call you the black whisperer.
I've been called the black whisperer a dozen times.
The black whisperer.
I've been called the black whisperer. I'm not even kidding. Like people who think they're not racist, and it's like that's so fucked up.
But is that racist though?
It is. Well, it's you're replacing horses with black people. That's a little fucked.
Okay.
I understand.
Here's the thing.
I understand.
Here's the thing. Now, that to be honest, horses are fast.
Yes.
Okay. Look, here's the reality of the matter. When they're saying it, it's not with the I want to treat black people like animals.
No, I know.
You know how it is. So this is, I think, the big misconception when it comes to like minorities and white people and how white people understand white people, how minorities understand white people. When I see a white dude that says things that are seemingly racist, there are times where he just doesn't know anything about black people.
Yeah, he's clueless.
Yes. He doesn't want to hold black people down. He doesn't want to hurt black people.
I had the guy. I'm working with a publicist, and at the Daily Show in my dressing room it was like me, Roy Wood, this guy Trayvon Free who writes for the show, just a bunch of black dudes. Yeah. And this publicist guy was saying stuff, and I just want to go like, yo, shut the fuck up, because he just didn't know how to like make black jokes or references or something. It was like, dude, stop. But they just don't know.
Just don't know.
I used to find the cluelessness offensive until I realized they just don't know. And it's a lot of different factors. It's age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of it is age. Like things that I grew up on that were offensive, they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You might be kicking it with an 18-year-old white kid and be like, yo, YG, my
there
nigga, my
needs
nigga.
To be.
This is my record, dog.
Yeah. It's like when I go down south sometimes and I'm speaking to like maybe an older lady and I end up kind of cursing, and then some people look at me and they're like, dude, what are you doing? This is like a grandmother. Why are you cursing? And then up north, we don't care really. We'll say curse words or whatever. I just don't understand the culture that's a little bit more polite to your elders, that kind of stuff. So it's just a little, but we jump to this person hates because they're big.
I don't think they're hateful. It's just like, it's just a little bit uncomfortable, and it's also, it's the thing I was saying on the Breakfast Club. It's like white people are afraid, man. If you're gonna make a movie about scuba diving, you're gonna be like, I don't know anything about scuba diving. I should probably write about some other shit.
Yeah,
that's how white people feel about working with black people in movies and TV shows, because they're like, I have no expertise in this area.
Yeah.
And if I fuck up, I'm going to get written up. I'm going to get picketed. I'm going to get. So I was talking today with somebody, like, we almost need like a reconciliation committee like they had in Rwanda and South Africa. And I don't even say that jokingly. Like, white people and black people are both so scared and fucked up and like mad and don't know why they're mad. You know what was interesting? Did you read this book, Some of My Best Friends Are Black?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I found interesting about integration was, black people didn't want it. It never occurred to me that black people didn't want integration.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr. said he felt like after it happened, he felt like he brought his people into a burning house.
But that wasn't because of integration, that was because of the economy, and that was because of the way poor people
Well, he
were
used the
treated.
word integration. He said
True, but
yeah.
the integration was basically like, okay, I brought my people into the system that is made to fuck poor people. Oh, shit. So that was more of a financial decision, less of, oh, we're hanging around with white people, this house is burning.
Yeah.
But like the idea that black people were like, I don't want to fuck with white people. Like I don't want nothing to do with them.
Right.
Was really interesting to me. And
I wonder if that's accurate, though. Because, I mean, you look at somebody like Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders was on the front lines fighting for civil rights with black people since day one.
True. Not to mention those white water fountains probably look good. That water
Can
probably
you
look
imagine
good.
squeaky clean,
Clear
fresh
water.
pipes, changing the pipes every
See
6
right
months?
through it.
That's why I need
Smart water.
That's why I need 30 minutes with Bernie. Bernie fucked a black girl back in the day. Though.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. He absolutely got some black pussy back in the day.
That big pussy.
And he was all in.
Where we protesting?
Somebody explained it to me, though. They was like, because he's a 74-year-old Jewish man. I think it was you.
It's hard for black people, I think, to believe he's not racist. He looks racist. It's hard. You don't see that many guys that look like that aren't racist. So it's literally just like an optical thing of like, he seems, even though he's done more for civil rights than Hillary and anyone, it's still like he doesn't look not racist.
I mean, you can't be mad at black people for not trusting all white people. Like, he's an old white man. It's kind of hard to like trust him. You know,
That's why you got to talk. Have
this
the
young Metro trusts
conversation.
you, Bernie. You know what I'm saying?
Are you repping for him? Did you do some
I'm
event for
undecided,
him?
man.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
undecided.
not pining.
I talked to him.
South Carolina,
I'm
Hillary
undecided.
whooped his ass.
I talked to him last week on the phone, and then we actually went to go sit down with him last Saturday. And I like him, but he's just old.
Yeah.
Like, Bernie's old. Like, he's not like a young, but Hillary's a young 70.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, she's still spry. Bernie's like, are you awake, Bern? Bern?
No.
Yes, man.
You're killing him right now.
Nah, man, he is, man. Like, we'd be doing no justice putting Bernie in the White House. We'd be literally taking years off his life.
All right, well, that's
If we
his
put him in the White
choice.
House.
I said yesterday that
We support
based
people
on
going to
the
NFL.
Based on the Lewinsky thing, Hillary is in the Ride or Die Bitch Hall of Fame.
Without question.
Like, that's what black people, like, if you think she wouldn't swallow bags of cocaine for Bill, you're fucking out of your mind.
Listen, that's what Hillary should be campaigning on. Hillary needs to let one person ask her that question. Why did you decide to stay with your husband after he cheated
I'm not going to
on
give
you?
it up on you. I'm not going to give up on the country.
Oh!
Yeah.
Maybe she's
She
saving that for Trump,
killed.
because Trump's going to bring it out. Trump's going to
Yeah,
say
he
you
is.
got walked all over by your husband. What makes you think you won't get walked all over by Putin?
Yeah.
Well, I won't leave. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, yeah, but Trump, she can just go, your wives would have walked all over you if you didn't pay them
Somebody
off.
told me the realest thing about Trump. Trump had like a wife where there was a prenup that had different year stipends.
That's all most prenups have that.
Okay, well, I didn't know. All I knew is he was with like a famous like Broadway actress or something like that, and like she got like $1 million.
Marlo Maples.
Oh, is it Marlo? Okay, Marlo.
Yeah.
So she got like $1 million up to 5 years, and after 5 years, it went to like 25 million or something crazy.
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
they'll get divorced on the last month of the fourth year.
He divorced her 2 weeks before the
that's what happened.
5-year date.
That's what happened with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman too. They got divorced
that's
the
why
week
they got
before.
divorced.
Well, it was the 9 year, 51 weeks.
So it's like cutting the NFL player.
That's some
before
NFL
them.
shit. Word up.
Absolutely.
Cut you right before I got to pay you your big fucking contract.
So it's she's just a good GM.
Would you you got a prenup?
Nah, I don't got no prenup. I'm married.
Right, you are. That's what I'm saying. Did you? But
Nah, I've
did
been
you-
with I've been with my girl. It'll be like, what, 17 years this year? We've been together since
Oh, for
high
real?
school. Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like,
wow.
she really deserves half.
Yeah.
She been sucking this dick for 17 motherfucking years, bro.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she's literally
also,
like the realest person I know.
This
like,
is this thing that makes I think the biggest thing for them not getting a prenup. Cheating is not a breakup withable offense for them.
No. It
That's
wasn't.
what you said to me.
It
dog.
wasn't.
They've both cheated.
Yeah, but we was in college and, well, she was in college. I didn't go to college, but we've been together literally since high school.
Yeah.
Of course
If
we gonna
cheating
fuck
wasn't
some other
a
people.
breakup withable offense,
She just
then
had to see,
of
man.
course.
That's it.
She just had to see.
Every
She had
girl
to
goes
see
through
what it's
every
like.
girl goes through that whole phase in college. And
bigger than him too. And she
Is that
told
true?
him, yeah.
Oh man,
That's rough.
fucking basketball player
For her.
motherfucker, man.
That's wild.
A basketball player?
Yeah, I tell you that shit was heartbreaking, man. I asked her, I was like, all guys ask.
Wait, that's a D1 school.
Not USC.
University of South Carolina doesn't have a
Oh
D1
yeah, D1,
basketball
yeah,
team?
D1, yeah.
Is he
absolutely.
playing somewhere? And like,
No, hell no. He's washed. Thank God.
he probably playing in
He's a loser.
Syria.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God he
Thank
didn't
God.
fucking make
I had a girl.
Imagine.
I couldn't take it. Fucking NBA player got to watch fucking basketball.
No, I remember.
Big dick.
I remember
Turn this shit off.
a girlfriend of mine had a girl, a friend of hers who like used to fuck MJ a lot, And I was like, yeah, but I'm sure Michael
Jordan
Jordan's
or Johnson?
like,
Okay,
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jordan. No, Michael Jordan.
Nobody bragging about fucking Magic.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
I would want to
I
know.
was like, well, I'm sure that he's like fucking quick and shitty in bed and doesn't care. And she's like, no, actually, he was a wonderful lover. I was like, this motherfucker.
Shit.
Who? Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
See that, but see, it eases your mind. Like when you ask your girl about the guy and she's like, he's whack or he got a little dick. It makes you feel better.
Yeah,
of
just lie.
course.
Like I'm literally driving. I'm like, so
Why wouldn't she lie to you?
because she clearly wanted to fucking hurt
she
me the way I've been
wanted
hurting
you
her.
to-
I'm like,
Damn.
how was it? She was like, she didn't say nothing. I'm like, how was it? She was like, I never seen no dick like that in my life. That was her exact words. I had an anxiety attack.
That's maybe the worst thing. Well, then you have to just
Look
hope.
at my shoulders.
Then you have-
my shoulders just shot up
Yeah.
around my ears after hearing that.
Then you almost have to hope he like hurt her a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, was it at least painful or something?
that was- I don't want that.
That was my
I don't
day. After a while, because you're delusional. I'm like, you didn't scream or nothing.
Yeah, you didn't say you couldn't handle
Yeah,
it.
she was like, nah, I handled it.
Yeah, good.
Ooh, I want to beat the shit out you. So
No, that's when you pound her. That's my girl. You're not gonna submit to no dick.
But nah, like I don't want a prenup. Like I feel like she literally deserves half.
If you got kids, they
yeah,
deserve
we got
half.
2 kids
No
together,
kids,
like-
you don't deserve shit.
They don't get half of the money you came in with, right?
I
No,
think
that's
it's half of
what they
you
get.
got.
Half of what you come in with, not half. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's half of what you earned.
What you
Yeah.
earned together. Yeah.
Well, because
yeah.
I already make good money, so I'm straight on that front.
Be
like,
careful though.
No, I still wouldn't. I would still do it.
Why
I'd
haven't
still
you
get a
gotten
premium.
married now?
Because I really haven't met a girl that I wanted to marry. Is
Really?
the truth. Like I just straight up haven't met a girl I wanted. A girl just moved in with me like 2 months ago.
You think you're too into your work?
She does. I don't. Well, the problem is the most successful people I know work the hardest. So it's like that's kind of required.
Yeah.
Is working real hard. So that's the unfortunate truth. But I just haven't met a girl that I was like I could fuck with her forever. And this girl I could fuck with forever.
You think
Really?
so? How long you been dating?
Like 8 months.
That's too early to tell.
Nah, I don't know, man. I'm fucking old, man.
You OG. Yeah, you're
So-
right. Okay.
So
How
I
old are
know.
you?
42. So
42?
I know.
How old is she?
25.
Nice. Well done.
Salute to Neal Brennan. Drop one of Clues
Your
bombs for
forever is a
Neal.
lot less than her forever.
Oh yeah, I'll be gone by the
Yeah,
time
you're good.
she looks scraggly.
25.
Does she understand your OG references? Like if you be like, oh, this guy's a regular dude.
Dude, you know what's fun is I've shown her shit like I'll go like, have you seen Goodfellas? She's like, no.
Dude,
What?
Armageddon. Ask her if she's seen Armageddon. They haven't seen Armageddon. It's crazy.
Yeah, she was born in 91.
I know, the 90s babies. I
Shit like
know.
that makes you appreciate the shit that we grew up on even better. Like when you introduce it to somebody new and they love it just as much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely like that with music.
Yeah.
Like, cause I know some girls like that are 20, 21 who've never heard like any Wu-Tang whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like have no idea Method Man even rapped. Like, oh, that's Mac Wild's father on the breaks. Like, oh, that's the guy from How High. Like, that's what they know.
Absolutely.
They definitely know How High.
Yeah, Will Smith, same thing. They don't know him as a rapper.
Oh, fuck no. We don't hardly barely know.
I know.
Yeah, I
it's
forgot
true.
about Will as a rapper.
Now, the Champs podcast. Sadly, you brought it to an end. I listened to the last episode yesterday in the gym
Yeah, man.
with the God Questlove.
Yep.
You really think it's over?
Dude, like I said, I couldn't ask people anymore. It was just too humiliating.
That mentality.
It's humiliating. If I'm directing a commercial for Nike, I can't be like, also, would you mind coming to my closet and record? Because people don't, if you don't fuck with podcasts, you're like, no, I don't want to do that shit.
Do you know that's the fundamental difference between why DJ Khaled is successful and other DJs in the urban world haven't gotten to that level?
Just ask.
Because he has no pride. He has no shame. He will ask for features, anything.
Yeah? All right. Well, I guess I'll never be Khaled.
Don't you forget it.
Now, do you think Khaled's illiterate or do you think he's never even bothered trying to read? What do we think?
That's literally how Khaled has been his whole life.
I'm sure.
He's literally that guy. That nice, positive.
He's a hype man.
He's been
just a
like
hype
that
man, yeah.
forever.
Yeah. He's having so much more fun than me. It's crazy.
I want to talk to him about depression.
Oh, yeah. I bet he has a lot of
What
thoughts.
is his key with depression?
It's crazy to me how I was talking about this the other day in life. Khaled has put out 8 albums.
The fact that he doesn't produce those records is fucking insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
8 albums.
He's Steve Jobs, bro.
Long radio career. And he's the most famous he's ever been now because of goddamn Snapchat.
Yeah, but I think that's a rap, though.
No way.
I think the Snapchat thing, it was cool for a minute, but I think it died out real quick. Yeah.
No way. He's mainstream America now.
Do you still watch
Snapchat.
that, Greg? Do you still watch the DJ Khaled snaps?
They got whacker as his like ego got bigger from the snap.
I feel like once he started knowing people were like the key and all that shit, then he'd be like, it's like when a sketch on SNL gets popular, then they start doing it. Yeah,
it's like Jerry doing Jerry. Like, you ever see Jerry Seinfeld and you almost see him doing himself?
Yeah,
you're like, what's
sure.
the deal?
Yeah,
it's like, do you know what you're doing right now? Like, are you imitating you?
He just signed to Jay-Z too,
which is weird. Why?
Jerry did.
Khaled. Seinfeld. Hell yeah.
Rock La Familia.
What? Start putting Seinfeld reruns on Tidal.
That's hilarious.
Like Khaled
him
just
and Cypher Sounds fucking with Jay-Z now. That's funny.
So how did you and Questlove become so cool? Like, y'all are like really tight. Like, it seems like y'all talk on the phone for no reason.
Yeah. Well, after the first season of Chappelle. Well, I met him before Chappelle show. Mm-hmm. Like, they were doing
people who don't know Neal, they're listening to this podcast. Neal co-created the Chappelle show.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I literally was going to try to go through this whole podcast without saying the word Chappelle.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I really was.
I don't really care to ask about that, but I want them to know context. If you're talking about Chappelle, etc.
It's fine.
So,
so I met him. I think they were doing one at Commons Records. And I met him in the studio, and then we were friends after that. And then one of the things is I got him composing.
Okay.
I had him do music for Chappelle, the second season, and then since then, and then I got him the job on Fallon. Like, that's the big thing that I got him. So like,
you got him the job.
Yeah.
How the fuck you did that? You brokered the deal?
Well, no, I told Jimmy wanted me to work on the show, and I was like, I'm not going to work on the show, but those guys, you should talk to those guys about being your band.
That's how you know Neal got a different kind of money. When you just say, nah, I'm not going to work on a late night talk show. Because they wanted you to be like the executive producer or showrunner or something?
Something,
yeah.
You
regret
something big.
not doing it?
No.
You just didn't want
Why didn't you want to do it?
Because they're too hard. Those jobs are too hard.
Yeah, it's
just too hard. It's like getting money. It's just too hard. It's like literally when you're the EP of a show and you're not the star of the show, you are afraid of the star all the time. Like, you're afraid of whoever's in charge the whole time, because if you look at them funny, they can fire you and fuck up your whole life.
But isn't it kind of like an equal playing field with you? Because
it's equaler, but it's like the Secretary of State and the President. It's like, yeah, we're still, I have a great job, but you're still the President, and you can still say that I tendered my resignation today and turned it in, and I'll be moving on and to bigger and better things. Like, so that's the problem is like, you work on these shows and it's just too stressful.
But for you got something to fall back on, so you wouldn't have to deal with that stress. If he fire you, it's like, fuck it. Now you just got a Jimmy Fallon's dick store.
You got money.
And I'm not even saying Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy's a good guy. Like, I'm just saying, like, any one of those positions, it's a lot of time. It's 70 hours a week usually.
So it's time.
It's time, and then it's 70 hours a week, and you're a little bit afraid of this person you have to talk to all the time, which is like, I don't want a boss.
Yeah.
Fuck, I want a boss for.
Oh, so you want to be the boss?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
What kind of man takes a job running a show?
Yeah.
You're not a man if you EP and Jimmy Fallon.
You might as well be holding Jimmy's dick in the bathroom while he pees. Shake it for him. So you enjoy the freedom.
Yeah. Yes, I love the freedom of like just going like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'll do that. I don't want to do that.
So what do you want to do?
I want to do stand up in theaters. That's all I really want to do. I direct commercials, I direct TV shows, I direct all kinds of stuff. But to me, the pinnacle is stand up.
Okay.
Which is the opposite of what everybody else does. But like, I've never done shit right. So
yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. I want to have a serious conversation about stand up. Hold on. I want to have a conversation about stand-up and somebody who I feel should be very famous and should be doing good in comedy, and they are, but for some reason they don't seem happy. But let's talk about Viceland, right? Let's take a pause from the show once again to tell you about Viceland, a new TV channel from Vice that debuts this week. They're rolling out a lot of very cool programs, including Weed Etiquette, which takes an in-depth look at the new weed culture sweeping the country. They also got Gaycation. Mm-hmm. And Ellen Page and Ian Daniels set off on a journey to explore LGBTQ cultures around the world. Okay, somebody explain to me what's this new letter in LGBTQ?
Queer.
Is it? Because there wasn't always a Q. It was just LGBT.
Yeah, queer.
Queer? I thought queer is a fucking racial
slur. It's quizzical.
Queer.
I thought queer was a gay slur.
No, they own it now. It's like their
What?
N-word. Yeah.
So what is levels to this gay shit
There's
now?
levels to this gay shit,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
So
Come on.
lesbian, G is gay,
Gay,
bisexual,
transsexual,
transgender, and what the fuck does queer
I think
do?
queer's the umbrella. I don't know.
That
Actually,
is
it could be.
stupid as
It could
hell.
not be Q at all. It could be
That is
something else.
if queer. I like queer as the umbrella.
Yeah,
I just
queer
like
is the
the
umbrella.
term.
Everything's under queer. What are you, a queer? Doesn't it seems super?
I
That's
thought
for
queer
like
was a
Archie
slur.
Bunker. That's for like very old people to know what it is.
So I can say queer now and nobody will get offended?
I think the queer. You just put it out there. Yeah, queer.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not playing with them.
Anyway, another. Where are we at right here? Another one cool to look at is Flophouse, which is about broke stand-up comedians. In the show, filmmaker Lance Bangs documents this network of couches and the stand-ups that crash on them. Features comedians Claire O'Kane, Solomon Giorgio, Brandon Wardell, and many other funny people. Maybe this time next year, they'll have one with Charlemagne if that pitch goes through. I don't know why, but I'm reading the copy. But as we told you last week, the Viceland show that we're looking forward to the most is Fuck That's Delicious, hosted by none other than Action Bronson and co-starring Big Body Bess, Mayhem Lauren, and Alchemist.
That's right. Judging from the trailer, there's going to be a lot of food porn, plus lots of rappers smoking weed and eating delicious meals after delicious meals, okay? Whatever sort of diet I'm always on. Action Bronson is absolutely on the exact opposite. So if excess is your thing, Shit That's Delicious is your show, be sure to check out Shit That's Delicious. Shit That's Delicious. Shit That's shit. No,
Your
I said,
tongue just came
What
up.
did I
Your
say?
tongue-
Listen to what I said.
Your
I said,
tongue
I said,
just said fuck
I said
it.
shit that's delicious.
No,
Like
you
literal
said,
shit that
this
you're
is
eating
what you
that's
said.
delicious.
You just said, that's what you said.
But Shit That's Delicious is on Viceland. It's going to debut this week. If you don't know where to find Viceland, check on Dish, DTV, ATV, and Verizon, plus lots of local carriers. Now, stand-up comedy, right?
Yep.
Cat Williams.
Yes.
We was talking about this yesterday. Me and Schultz on the
Cat attacked Kevin, and that fur coat attacked Cat.
Yeah.
That shit was 3 sizes too big.
What do you
Great coat.
think of comedian beef? Because I could be
think it's
wrong.
stupid.
It only happens in the black culture, by the way.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't hear about that Louis C.K. Bill Burr beef?
Never.
That redhead beef?
No, never.
There
didn't
was a
hear- oh.
Birbiglia beef like 8 years ago.
No.
Yeah. It's on Bob and Tom. It's actually
Someone
pretty
beefed with
goddamn.
Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
Over what?
It's such a long, subtle story. Listen to it. Listen when we're done. It's funny. But
I like.
yeah.
I want to ask you. I like Neal's take on black culture. By the way,
Which
why
is-
do you think black comedians beef with other black comedians? Because everybody goes at Kev.
Because Kev. See, the thing with like Chris, when Chris was like the number one guy,
Mhm.
it wasn't even close. When Dave was the number one guy, the show was so popular that it wasn't close. Chris was like
Chris
a close
was number
second.
one guy. It wasn't even close. You're saying
There was no close second. I mean, Dave was skill-wise a close second, but he just wouldn't get any shine. So, and then when Chappelle Show hit, then Dave became the guy, and Chris was a close second. But it was more like 1 and 1A. It was like Dave's turn. Chris, you're still great, but
Yeah.
and I think I spoke to someone about it today, and it was like Cat doesn't. Somebody said, a smart black person said, Cat thinks he's trying to fit the hood in his car. It's like, you can take the hood with you, have them follow you. Don't put them in your car with you. Like Cat's worldview is too small, whereas Kev's worldview is massive.
yeah.
So he thinks like, motherfucker, da-da-da-da. First of all, if Kevin Hart had $30 million, he would fucking kill himself because Kevin Hart has $100 million. That's
Yes.
A.
You think Kevin's worth $100 million?
Yeah, I
know
do.
He is.
I do.
Without
Dude,
question.
you know who the biggest tour of in the world last year was?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. No. Not like comedy.
Music,
U2,
everything.
Rolling Stones.
Yes.
Coldplay. Kevin Hart above all of them.
Yes.
So do you think Bono's rich?
Yeah.
Because Kev made more money than him last year.
Fuck.
By
is
himself.
filthy.
Him and the Plastic Cup Boys, who were $1,500 a show.
Spank. Naeem, y'all
Shout out
get
to
1,500 a
Spank.
show.
I really like
I'm
Spank.
five Plastic Cup
I'm
Boys.
totally fucking.
One day
I
you
know
guys
all
are gonna
those
get real
guys.
cups.
No, I told
But for
Spank
now,
yesterday.
it's
I told
plastic.
Spank yesterday when that Cat Williams video came out. I tweeted him and I go, yo, you got to get famous so you can help Kev fight, bro.
Yeah.
Because this shit is getting out of hand.
Nah, I think Kev might be able to take Cat. That'd be
that
a
would be
that'd
a
fair
scrappy
scrap.
ass. That would be one of those like literally a cartoon fight where it's just like circles and dust flying.
It just pisses me off because I think it's so lame.
Cat is so fucking funny, and Kevin's so fucking funny. So it's like, why, Cat? What do you? It was just confusing. It's like, dude, no one is mad at you. I get Cat going at Steve Harvey because it's like the same relative audience a little bit.
But why?
Or like
even then?
Steve is like I agree. I think it's unnecessary either way.
That's another 100 millionaire.
Yeah, I know.
Steve Harvey.
I'm not even talking about money wise. I just don't understand the beef culture. It's like Kevin, no way threatens you. My buddy's on tour with him right now. He's selling out. He's doing arenas.
Cat?
Yeah,
Kev does threaten Cat.
He's killing it. It's just like
Kev threatens Cat because when Cat looks at Kev, he looks at everything that he could have been, but he's not. So in order to justify
Well, that's
his
what
own
somebody I was
failures-
talking to today. So Kevin does stuff that Cat couldn't do. Cat's not going to get any corporate sponsorship at all. He's not going to get.
He fucked himself.
Agreed, but that
get in trouble all the time.
so that you think he fucked? You think he thinks I fucked myself? He thinks
Absolutely
these
not.
motherfuckers fucked me.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's getting fucked. And I go, and I told somebody, it was like, if you think Cat is mad, somewhere Eddie Griffin is chewing a fucking tire.
Eddie's furious.
He is chewing a tire in a junkyard
Yeah,
somewhere.
But Eddie got a good
And
interview.
so is Ari Spears.
Ari's a little angry. Eddie got a good interview on Vlad TV. Eddie don't seem bitter to me.
Oh, he's.
Oh no,
You can see.
I
it under
don't.
his
I don't
eyebrows.
know. I don't know if he is.
Cat seems bitter, and Cat seems like he's trying to justify his own failures by saying things like, "I didn't get fucked in my ass in Hollywood.
This is what I
came in with a virgin
We were
ass and
talking
left
about
with a
this.
virgin ass."
Why is it every time, and you only see this in black culture in America, when somebody's doing way better than you,
You're in the Illuminati
suck
or you're
dick.
gay.
Yeah.
why is it?
I always say that's a
dick?
good. You know, you're doing well when the gay rumor happens.
Yeah, dude, I always say that too.
those.
It's like you haven't made it until you're gay.
Yeah, I remember when DiCaprio's gay rumor happened in '96 when they were shooting Titanic.
So it's not just a black thing.
Oh, I think
no,
it's a black thing.
it's a black thing. It's mostly a black thing.
Yeah.
And the Illuminati thing and all that shit. But I think it's the crabs in a barrel. The same old fucking only one of us can succeed, and it's another legacy of slavery.
Do you know if all it took was to suck a dick, how successful some motherfucker
Oh,
would be?
I'd be so successful, Charlotte.
See, this is the thing. I don't know if I was talking.
I
to
wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that right now.
Exactly. All we
The
gotta do is
champs
suck
would
a
still be
dick.
on the air. I'll say.
I don't got to get up at 4 in the fucking morning to go to the radio station.
Here's my real
Yeah.
issue about it, because I've thought about this. How do you have that much confidence in your dick sucking ability? Like, how do you know your dick sucking is worth being put in a movie?
Or if you're the executive.
Now, if
you're
you
the executive,
suck,
I'm gonna take
hold
a
on.
risk on a rookie dick suck.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you a whole
I
movie,
need a professional
a whole
dick suck.
TV show
Now-
off a first dick suck.
Dude, if you suck dick with the amount of saliva that you said shit that's delicious, you might suck a mean dick. If you don't
I
even
think
suck,
you
just
might-
say
I'm buying it. I'm buying your dick sucking.
Absolutely.
No, Schultz, you said some funny shit yesterday. Remember what you said? You said the shit about
What was it?
who was the first black guy?
Oh yeah, who was the first black guy to suck some dick to get in a movie that ruined it for every
Fucked it
other
up for
black
every
guy?
black guy.
Because it
Yeah.
must have happened. There must have been some actor back, maybe Sidney Poitier. I don't know who the fuck did it, but somebody set this precedent, and it might have been Sidney, that you got to get fucked in your ass by a Jewish dude
Yeah.
in order to make it. in
Ironically,
Hollywood.
it was Bill Cosby. That'd be fucked up. He roofied himself.
Exactly.
He roofied.
What if he
himself.
finally just comes out and says it?
He auto roofied.
I sucked the dick.
That is the litmus test, though. Like,
What?
if you look at certain people who are super successful,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
think of the best. Think of DiCaprio,
Yeah.
Bill Cosby,
Yeah.
Will Smith. If you could have their life, would you suck
Would you
a dick?
suck a dick? Well, or even better, would you get your dick sucked?
Would you get your dick sucked?
Would
That's
you
what
get
Cat
your
said.
dick
too.
sucked
Cat
by a
said,
dude?
you Cat said, I never sucked no dick and I never got my dick sucked.
And here's the thing, sucking a dick is one thing, but getting your dick sucked is like close
That's
your
a victimless
eyes.
crime. Yeah, it's like
Yeah. If the guy don't
Like,
have a
who
beard,
got hurt? Who
what
got
the-
hurt?
If the guy had a beard, it's weird. But if he doesn't have a beard, I don't even think
Would you
Yeah.
do it?
100 million.
Yeah. You know
wanna
what
get
I
your
saw?
dick
I
sucked?
watched gay porn one time. You know how every once in a while on Pornhub you go, oh, let's see what they're up to.
No.
Yeah, I know, I knew you guys would think that. Yeah, well, thankfully the skinny white cameraman get me. You'll go.
Neal's
I just
pulling
like,
anybody onto his team right
Let me
now.
just make sure I'm still not gay. I didn't. The last video I watched, it was a guy sucking a dick, but the guy had a baseball hat on. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, I found
So
offensive.
wait, you
like,
watched
don't be-
it to completion?
No, I literally watched it for 15 seconds.
So,
Why?
Yeah,
You
why?
don't have to be
Just
that-
make sure,
you don't
because
have to
I
be
want to
that
be honest with
observational.
myself. I want to be honest. Like, I say I'm not gay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dick in your ass now?
I have not.
Have you ever sucked a dick?
Nope.
Got your dick sucked by me?
Nope.
You're not gay.
What about as a kid? Did you? Were you
No, I never
kind
played
of,
any of that shit either. That like you ever circled your no.
No, I mean like. Yeah, I didn't mean that. I meant like on some Catholic shit.
Oh,
like,
did I ever get diddled? No.
Nobody said anything about circle jerk.
No. No, I never. Schultz, I don't know where you heard about the circle jerk, but no, I wasn't there. And everyone knows I wasn't there.
B2K circle jerked.
Is that true?
That was the rumor.
Nah, that was nobody's gonna make that shit. That's the first time I ever heard of a circle.
What do you mean? Don't make it up. He just made it up right now.
Okay, but nobody's gonna make it up. Nobody's gonna make it up and say they were participated in it,
Bro, they
and was
say
in it
every
jerking off.
fraternity does that shit. They say all that shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For what?
It's some prep school shit.
It might be
don't
prep
know
school.
because
It's
I don't
weird
see. That's the thing is,
exclusivity
I
thing.
didn't find adolescence confusing sexually.
Yeah.
I was just like, I have to fuck women.
Yeah.
I was never like, I'm on
Wait, you didn't grow up Catholic? You're Irish.
I did, yeah.
And there wasn't a little bit of that kind of like repression?
Oh yeah,
there?
all that shit. But I wasn't like, there was never like, well, let me experiment.
Well,
There was
sometimes
no
they say that shit,
experimenting.
like you're not jerking off, and you need a release so badly that somebody who gives you attention, maybe it's you know somebody unfortunately in the church. I just saw Spotlight last night.
I'm
That's what
listening.
talking
Go
about. But
ahead.
They say someone in the fucking church,
Yeah.
you know, it starts to give you some attention, and you're just so repressed. There's a release there. You're happy to see somebody's making you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I get what would lead you to molestation.
What the fuck?
You are leaping today.
I know, I get it. No,
That's what happens when you work for yourself.
Schultz, I hear what
you don't
you're
got no
saying.
fucking boss. You can say that type of shit.
I get I see where you're going with this, Schultz, and I believe that. Yeah, if you gotta get molested, do it. No, I don't. And no, there was never any like. It was like I wanted to fuck girls, and I just tried everything I could. I had no game, but I tried.
Yeah. So you knew it as a kid, but as an adult, you started to question.
As an adult, no, I never questioned. But you just go like, I say I'm straight,
Yeah.
but let me just make sure.
Yeah.
And then I every once in a while do a diagnostic every year and a half, maybe.
Let me ask you a
Never had to
question.
make sure I was straight.
Let me ask you a question. Like, you don't like shit, right? Like, you
Yeah.
don't want to eat shit.
Yeah.
Do you ever just grab it out of the toilet, take a bite?
It's a great
Just to
analogy,
make sure.
great question. And yes, every 15
Sometimes
to
I
16
smell my
months.
shit. Sometimes
I've
I
done
like
that before.
I wipe and then smell. Like I go.
No. When I was young, I literally reached a fucking reached in the toilet and pulled out some shit and just looked at it.
Yeah, yes, no, dude,
I
it's
did, I
normal.
did.
Or take like a peanut out of it. Sometimes there'll be like little nuts in the shit. It didn't
Smelling
digest.
the tissue is the humble test.
By the way, you guys are you're flying the creep flag right now because
yeah.
you've officially taken it from me.
Oh, absolutely.
On the gay molestation
No, dude, you
shit.
gotta.
I've
I'm a
never
fucking
touched
ape.
my own shit.
Yeah, you've never touched it.
What I will say about my dog shit though is
Hold
it's
on.
amazing.
You've never poked through the fucking toilet paper?
Never in my life.
I'd rather you touch.
Yeah, okay, I have.
I'd rather you touch shit than touch somebody's kid, Neal.
100%.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
how
if
are
the
we
kid
even
needs
there?
attention, Charlemagne, what choice do I have?
Wait, what's going on? Are we fucking kids, guys? What's happening?
What are we
I need to
doing?
know
What
I'm
direction are we
involved
taking?
with right now.
I've been molested, so I don't find this funny.
Listen, but you
that's
find
fucked
your
up.
molestation funny.
No, I don't find it funny.
Oh, now you don't find it funny.
No,
Now it's serious.
That's what I say whenever somebody may
I've
hear
been
something.
molested.
No, somebody hears something that may take it fucking offensive. I've been molested.
Oh, that happened to me. So yeah, exactly. That Oprah used to do that shit.
But it wasn't.
Oprah?
Oprah used to, whatever something was happening, Oprah would go, that happened to me too. To the point where, there was a point where like, oh, I had a baby. Oh, I got there was just a list of shit.
Gotcha.
Mooney used to do a joke about it where he was like, Oprah, someone said like, I had an abortion, and Oprah was like, I was aborted, which fucking always made me laugh. I have poked through although I've switched to tissue because I found, I'll also, when we'll talk about shit and assholes, I have a bidet. And if you don't got a
seem
bidet,
like a very clean. Like, are you OCD a little?
no, not at all.
But you have a bidet.
I have a bidet because it costs $300 and it will fucking change your life.
I love
Let me
bidets.
be honest with you.
Somebody told me I was gay for having a bidet.
Bro, I was at Google, and I'm not joking around. I'm at Google. Google has heated toilet seats, right? And it's nice to have the heated toilet seat where somebody before you didn't sit down on it, and that's why it's hot.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, like
for
it's
sure.
just
Yeah, yeah.
it's hot because it's hot.
Although you can't prove that.
very
didn't
true,
happen,
very
yeah.
true. But I went on Saturday, nobody was there.
that
Pretty
keeps a
much.
lot of germs alive, though, bro.
So check it, right? No, it burns them
No,
off.
The heat
Burns them off, dog.
It's like
I
a
think it
heater.
burns them off.
It's like a heating station.
Hell yeah.
So I sit down on this thing, I do the shit, and I press the bidet, and no joke, dude, the shit shoots in my ass, and it starts to feel fucking good. Like I'm enjoying this feeling, and I start like moving my ass to like clean it in all the different directions
to hit the angles.
But I'm fucking like working it on this bidet on the seat.
Exactly.
You're fucking riding the pony.
I was genuine.
Yes,
it was insane.
Me and Charlemagne do that every day. Ride the pony.
That's why they added the Q to the LGBTQ.
I just queered it up. Is that what you're saying?
That was weird.
Bro, it felt, I might want to get my asshole. I had my asshole licked, but it was in a bath. It was a very like
in a bathroom.
sanitary. It was in a bath. It was in a bathtub.
Got it.
It was very sanitary ass licking. But after the bidet thing, I feel like there might be something into. I might want to get my ass licked now.
I gotta say, I've had my ass, and it didn't.
You weren't into it.
So
you prefer bidet?
I use the bidet for utilitarian purpose. I use it because it gets the.
Would you get bideted while getting head? Would that be a good feeling?
I don't think it would improve it at all. I don't think it would improve it. I like I like how you're thinking, but I don't think it would make it. It wouldn't take it to the next level.
Well, the ass licking thing is a power thing. Like you let a girl do that to you because then you can always use that against her. Like if she ever talks crazy about you, you can be like, "Yo, but you ate my ass."
It's the booty and the booty and the fingers in the booty ass bitch. It's the
it's insurance.
Yeah.
But you got fingers in your ass. Was that for power?
That was just my wife disrespected me.
So she wanted power.
Yes, it's nothing wrong with letting a girl put her fingers in your ass, but you have to marry her.
You have to marry her.
You have to fucking marry her.
On the spot.
Not on the spot, but eventually.
You have to put a ring on that finger.
She did it because I did it to her. Like I was fucking her from the back and I put my thumb in her butt. So she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So later on, we was fucking around. She stuck a finger in my ass real quick.
No, that's actually not the story.
It didn't go in.
No,
like,
you're
it's
a
not
fucking
like
lying piece of shit. This dude changes the fucking story every single time. You make up fucking stories. You're a lying piece.
This is like the
live your truth. Live your truth, bro. You gotta live your truth. Oh, you shut the fuck
You're
up.
the guy in the first 48 who they bring back 2 days later.
I did it. I fucking did it, bro. My bad.
Yeah, his story didn't check out.
This is the story. You said the story is you were getting head, right? And then you start to lower your butt cheeks closer to the finger, and they put the finger in and you lowered him further. It's on this podcast.
Never said no.
And you said more fingers. That you said more fingers. Yeah. This is
like
something you said.
More finger. More finger.
More finger. More finger.
Yeah.
Thunderclap.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Now Neal said to me one time some of the funniest shit. It wasn't funny. It was actually a great observation that made me feel fucked up. Do you remember you sent me that text?
What'd I say?
You said black men treat their women the way white men treat black men.
For example.
White.
It wasn't no example. It was
white.
You said black men treat their women the way white men treat black men.
Lesser.
Yeah.
Other.
Yeah.
Some other shit.
That shit was real and it made me feel fucked up. Like,
you know what I like about that statement? Is the safety net. Black men treat their women like, and immediately there's this defensive amongst black people. Who the fuck are you, white guy, talking? Then you go, like, white men treat black people like, you right. White people do treat us shitty. Right.
Yeah. But you can, that can easily piss somebody off too. Like,
I don't
treat my girl. I ain't never gunned my girl down in the street.
Yeah.
With no gun.
With no gun.
I never killed my girl when she was unarmed.
So you think that black men treat what you're trying to say is black men treat their women shitty?
Yeah. Treatment's not great, generally.
Who treats their women the best?
Asians.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go Asian, but that seems, I don't know enough about it. The worst are Middle Eastern.
Okay.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Treat their women like less than goats.
Yeah, less than animals.
And then I'd say the top would be Latino.
Well, Latino guys cheat on their wife, but they won't leave them even if they get fat.
And
so there is a...
Yeah, but a Spanish man will beat the shit out of his woman too now.
They do.
Yeah.
And kill her.
Man.
And kill her.
I guess it's like who won't cheat. I guess Asian...
If we're defining it by cheating, Asians cheat more than anybody. The whole massage parlor shit, the prostitute culture, that's huge.
In Asia, that's huge?
In Japan especially, that's just what it is.
Got it.
Honestly, if we're talking about cheating, white guys probably treat their wives the best, but we also kill our wives a lot.
Yeah, we do.
So it's like
because the pressure built up.
You got to let us cheat so we don't kill you.
Yeah. No, white guys do. We do treat because we're afraid of. I know guys that are. Every guy I know is afraid of their wife.
It's guilt.
I know a guy told me the other day he basically had kids so his wife wouldn't yell at him.
I mean, I'm afraid of my wife
Jesus,
too. Well, I mean,
why?
I feel like any guy that cheats on their woman has to treat cheating like it's a motherfucking drug deal, and you got 3 motherfucking felonies already, and you got a dead white woman in the trunk. Like, you can't afford to motherfucking get caught again. Like,
Yeah.
Get sloppy, yeah.
You can't be sloppy.
When was the last time you got caught recently?
Nah, I haven't cheated since I've been married.
Oh, got it. All right.
Like,
You're one of the only. I don't.
admitted to cheating all the times before marriage. But he just got married 2 years ago. He's been with his woman
Hasn't been
17
Hasn't been
years.
2?
He's been with it.
Nah, it's been a year and some months.
Okay, years, what? 17 years he's been with her.
I'll
He
tell you
just
what.
admitted for
Chappelle's
17
sister
years.
one time we were talking about this, and she said emotional availability for black men went out with slavery.
Emotional availability with black men. I kind of agree, but I would kind of think it was
The
opposite.
expectations are low in terms of like it's just have a job and maybe don't cheat on me egregiously. I don't think any black woman wants them like, but it's like it. I know. I feel like probably 70% of my black friends cheat on their significant.
But I tell girls all the time, me cheating on you has nothing to do with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has nothing to do with you. You can be the greatest girl in the world, beautiful, smart, hold me down.
Yeah.
It's just my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just not Swedish.
Oh, why are different?
It's not my fault.
Yeah, I
you're
don't
not
know what
Swedish.
to tell you. I'm
It's
you're
like,
not
yeah.
Swedish.
Men are wired different. We just are. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But if the opportunity is there for us to do something else, we're probably going to do it.
So here, what you said, egregious, I think is very interesting. I wonder how many women would really be upset if their man cheated, but nobody knew about it. I think the public humiliation is what they get upset about.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's not the cheating, it's the getting caught.
Yeah, it's like, how do you, like, if you get caught, or if you're one of these guys that, like, goes out to a public restaurant and goes to dinner and, like, you're out there in the world and, like, their friends maybe see you, that's fucked up. But if you're banging some chick in a hotel room, nobody sees it, you're in a
You know what's interesting? I asked an audience one time. I asked a few audiences. It was all white people, or mostly white people. I said, I asked the women, if you caught your husband fucking a sex robot and it was like smooth skinned,
Ex
like,
machina.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
but the whole body was ex machina.
Yeah.
Or I go, would that be cheating? And they were all like, yes. And I go, what if it looked like the Terminator ectoskeleton? And they were like, no.
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
is a fucking
What is
robot?
Terminator ectoskeleton?
Like the metallic, where you can
the
see the
metal shit.
metallic shit.
So if it was a metal
they didn't
thing,
consider cheating if it was metal.
because other people
And
would
if it
see
was
the metal.
silicone, they were like,
Silicone,
no, that's
other
cheating.
people could think it's a real woman.
Yeah. Or no, it feels more human, and that's a violation.
I think it's other people.
No, I think it's a nut. I've seen that, but like you can't even jack off with your girl in the house without your girl getting offended.
Really?
Hell yeah, your girl don't want you nutting without her.
No, I think you can jack. I don't think my girl will be upset if
You
I
don't
jack
tell your
off.
girl when
Like,
you jack off. You don't jack off and I was like, hey, babe, guess what I did? I jacked off today.
I mean, when I had a girl, I would do that.
Like
yeah.
if you was jacking off and your girl walked in on you, she'd be mad. She'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
And maybe she wanted some dick, but not like you're cheating on me. Like girls that get upset about that, like if you watch porn or that kind of stuff like that, that is a supreme insecurity. Like get over yourself. Or you're just not fucking her enough. If you're fucking a girl
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
dude, this girl actually said to me the best way to have a threesome or get your girl to be okay with you sleeping with more than one girl is to fuck her to the point where she can't handle it anymore. And she starts to feel guilty about not being able to satisfy you. And she goes, I don't want to lose the emotional connection we have. Why don't you go out and get
So
some other
basically,
pussy?
be Greek.
Be
a Greek man.
Be a Greek dude. Fuck
her into
nonstop.
submission.
Exactly. There's something to that. Like imagine you fucked your girl so much where she was like, I literally am exhausted. I can't. I don't have the sex drive for that shit. I'm gonna keep it very real. But like,
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, a few times a week, I'm good.
I mean, in
don't
our
know.
20s we did.
Maybe.
I mean, I've had marathons where I busted 6-7 nuts when I was young.
In my 20s, when I wasn't on Propecia, these things obviously now
one
forget
and
it.
done.
Fuck that.
I don't even know if I'm doing one anymore. It might be like 3/4.
It might be a half.
A half.
Did you get off?
Yeah.
That's why I eat the pussy first all the time.
Oh, you go Puerto Rican style.
Got to, man. Make sure she nut, because I know what I'm about to do when I get in here.
I'm going for it.
Hey, man, I'm busy. I need my sleep. If I can't be in it, fucking, I know if it's the
I
weekend,
feel like you guys
cool.
are hyping yourself up to fuck right now.
Or to not fuck.
Like, what we gonna do, boy? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We're gonna get in there. We're gonna eat some pussy.
You want to join this Illuminati or what?
What time is it? Game time, roof.
Let's pay this motherfucking bill, man. Have you ever been a part of a podcast that had this much bills?
I'm happy for you, man.
All right, let's take a break and talk for a minute about Squarespace. Now, we've told you guys plenty of times before how important it is to have your own website, but is it necessary to go out and spend thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars to design something new? Those days are over, okay? In 2016, you just need something that's going to be easy to set up and functional once you have it running. Whether it's taking orders for something that you're selling, being a platform for your art, or just an introduction to whatever sort of business you're into, thankfully, Squarespace has it, okay? They provide simple, powerful, and beautiful websites that look professionally designed regardless of skill level, and no coding is required.
You're so good at reading out loud. It's amazing. You never fuck up.
I'm a black man that can read.
I mean, reading out loud is a totally different thing. That never give you anxiety growing up?
Nah,
Like
my
in
mom was
class?
an English teacher, bro.
So you just had to.
I grew up reading Judy Blume,
Jesus.
Beverly Cleary, the Book It program, 4 books for a pizza.
Gay! Gay! What is very cute over here, Judy Blume? Those are the books that came to your fucking head? What about
sounds like you put
Goosebumps,
the
dog?
Q in LGBTQ.
Not only does Squarespace provide you with intuitive and easy-to-use tools to create your website with, Squarespace also has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. And you know what? You can trust in Squarespace for your website needs with millions of people and some of the most respected brands in the world. Trust in them too.
Seriously, you can't beat the ease and simplicity of Squarespace. Squarespace gives you 24/7 online support and a beautiful website. So what are you waiting for?
Be like at Willie Kamawe, who tweeted, "The brilliant idiots at See the God and at Andrew Schultz put me on to Squarespace. So glad I followed the advice." Now, when you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for the brilliant idiots. We thank you. We thank Squarespace for their support of the brilliant idiots. Squarespace, build it beautiful. Okay.
Now, Neal said something earlier that I thought was interesting. You said that you don't feel like Cat could have ever been as big as Kev because Cat's worldview is small. But Cat was in those positions. He was doing TV, he was on movies.
I mean, dude, he was never in like big movies. He was never getting offered big lead movies. He was like in that movie with Tracy about church.
Mm-hmm.
Cat was just always had a reputation for inconsistency, and like maybe he'd show up, maybe he wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
he was unprofessional.
I get, yeah. I mean, I remember like it wasn't.
Yeah, I hear that all the time.
Yeah. I don't know that personally, but that's my guess. And he was in Norbit. Like he never got any like single big parts. Like Kev's gotten big. Like you can get insurance on Kev. You can get financing for Kev.
Yeah. He's not doing it on
it's Cat. You don't know if he's gonna get arrested. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
I heard that same shit about Chappelle though. Like, nobody insure him.
Maybe.
Now, back in the day.
Yeah.
But I think one of the problems with Cat is the brand. Like you came up as a pimp, right? It's like how many brands are going to attach yourself? Kellogg's ain't attaching themselves to the pimp guy.
I think the problem with Cat is the arrest, the brandishing guns, beating people up.
You can't smack people.
This is after the fact, right? Cat was popping before the arrest. Like Cat was huge. There was a time where Cat was hilarious. He was
and what
selling
Cat has to understand is customer service is bad everywhere. He's taking it personally and smacking these people. Nobody's good at Home Depot.
Yeah, but I don't know if they call you the N-word. That's what he's.
Is that what he said?
That was bull. Listen, I can't say this man is lying, but I am 98% sure that was bullshit.
I mean, that's what I would say.
That's
Anytime
exactly,
I got arrested, if I was black, I'd be like, yo, he called me the N-word. He's a black guy. I don't care.
And he even said, this was his exact words. It was the last day of Black History Month. He called me a nigga, so I did what any black man would do in that position. Cat, stop it.
So you don't think that he called
I don't
him the
believe
N-word?
that. No.
Really?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
You know, on TMZ today, they said he pulled a gun on some chicks and he took their phones. And when the police came, his excuse was self-defense. They hit him first. Like, he never takes accountability for his bullshit. Ever.
Yeah, but you can't just be like, you're right, I did pull a gun on him. You're not going to tell a cop.
I didn't bring this up to talk about Cat. I brought it up to talk about worldview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a radio personality, and of course, as you know, you guys being comedians, I feel like the more you know, the better you are.
Mm-hmm. I also think Kev's black pride game is subtler. I think Kev's taken the long view. I think he's taken the Cosby subtle psychology thing of
Explain
like.
that.
He's taking the Obama tack of like, I'm going to lead by example. I'm not going to talk about it because if I talk about it, then it'll become about that. But if I show you all the shit that you can do, that a black man can do, I can retrain white people the way Obama's doing. Well, Obama doesn't bring up blackness very much because he knows the minute he does, white people just tense up. Mm-hmm. And if Kev felt like I'm not saying Kev would like lose black fans or white fans if he talked about more black pride stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not race is irrelevant to Kev.
Michael Eric Dyson has a book out now. It's about Barack Obama, and he talks about how like if Hillary was getting the office or Bernie Sanders, they would be able to do more for black people than
Openly,
Barack.
yeah.
Openly,
For sure.
because Barack's black.
Yeah.
So
it's
he's
hard.
restricted by that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the same argument Neal's just making is like Barack being there does more for black people than they could with any legislation. The fact that you see a black guy as the president of the United States changes, one, white people's mentality.
I think it changes
of
black people's
people,
mentality more than white people's.
Absolutely.
But both, it's like,
Because y'all already feel like y'all can do anything.
no,
Yeah,
but we mean in
exactly.
terms of like, I think in order to change white people's view of black people, right, you have to break this view that black people are synonymous with poverty, which unfortunately a lot of white people happen to feel just
You
from
feel that
watching
way now?
TV.
So do I feel that way, or do I feel white people feel that way?
You think white people feel that way?
I think most white people have a negative view, and that poverty's one of poverty, crime.
Was it
all
the
that
old
shit.
Africa commercials?
No, it's just seeing fucking
No,
TV
it's
shows,
just
seeing
it's
cops,
just like
seeing
it's
all
seeing
this bullshit,
seeing cops,
negative
seeing the
stereotypes
news,
constantly
perp
reinforced.
walks, all that shit.
So what happens is when you start to see black lawyers, you start to see a black president, you
Yeah.
start to see black execs, you start to. That's why you need diversity, not just in front of the screen, behind the screen. When you see black dentists and all the shit, all of a sudden you go, oh no, these guys aren't like in the TV shows. It's just these black people just do everything. They're just. And now the stereotypes dissipate.
FYI, I agree with you, and it's the same way for black people with white people.
Absolutely.
Because if you grew up and somebody's always telling you the white man is the devil,
Yeah, they
and
got
white
a
people are
fucking
racist,
gun rack
they
in the
shit.
flag, the
when you
Confederate
meet,
flag.
Yeah, when you meet, I guess, quote unquote, good white people,
Mhm.
you're like, damn, all white people aren't racist.
yeah, and also,
Yes.
and you know, like the deeper in the hood you go, the fewer white people they've met. And it's the same with
Yeah.
white people. It's like
Yeah.
the deeper into Whiteville, they don't
Yeah,
fucking know
the
any
hood is
black
the
people.
same as North Dakota.
Yeah.
They have the skewed version of white. The only white people the hood knows are the fucking white police officers that are probably beating them up all the fucking
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And the same thing with North Dakota. The only black people that they know are the black people they see on fucking cops on TV.
And
so
that's where the cluelessness comes in.
exactly. So when you see
Yeah.
Barack Obama, you see this refined, regal black dude that's a president of the United States of America. It first starts with, well, he's not one of them. Right. That's the first white transition. It goes,
Yeah.
well, black people are like this, but he's not one of those black people, right?
Yeah.
And then you see a black dude that's an exec, or you see a black dude that's a lawyer, a black dude that's a dentist, whatever. And then all of a sudden it goes from, well, maybe there are a bunch of them that aren't them. And then it goes to, oh shit, well, they're black people are just like anybody else. It depends on the
I just
situation.
think it's all about interaction. I just think
It's
That's
yeah,
exactly
that's
what we're
I-
saying.
I've- it's access.
Yeah.
You
It's
need
the-
to
it's
see
the more
people.
you just deal. It's like, oh, black people are boring as fuck, like white people, or whatever you think. Like, oh, they're constantly celebrating. No, they're just fucking like just dumb idiots like everybody else. Like fucking like it's not that. And I also think white people say it as it like defensively. You know, it's like when white people cross the street to avoid a black person, they're doing it mostly to avoid their own karma. Do you know what I mean? It's like white people have so much bad karma. It's like, let me just get away from this karma. That if this guy jumped me or whatever I think he's going to do, I kind of have it coming.
because
Do
of
you
what your
feel that way?
ancestors
I
did.
don't feel that way, but
Yeah,
I know
I don't feel any-
deep down I believe white people feel that way.
So you're saying that there's a certain amount of white people that they feel bad about being
Yes.
white.
No, not bad about being white. I think they know slavery was the most
I mean,
fucked
if
up
you
shit.
know white
Yeah,
American
but-
history, you got to know that your
Yeah, but you
ancestors
can-
did some fucked up shit.
No, my ancestors didn't do any fucked up shit. They weren't here.
Okay, maybe not yours, but some
But the
white
infrastructure,
people's, yeah.
Schultz.
Sure, I understand the infrastructure and I understand the benefits that I have based on this, right? I understand that. But I'm talking about the guilt that I don't feel any guilt. But I think I just don't. I think the people that feel guilt actually never grew up with anybody but white people. So they've been told all these bad things that they did and they go, well, I must be like this. When you actually grow up with other races.
I don't even think it's conscious.
feel
I don't know
bad.
Yeah, I
that
don't
many
think-
like because again, like Chris's joke about these are the good white people.
Yeah.
It's like they don't do anything about it. They just feel like it's like you ever go on Twitter and you see like a lot of alternative comics saying like that's racist or that, and you just go, hey man, why weren't you at Trippin' on Tuesday? I didn't see you there. I was there. When I go to your show, there are no black comedians on it. Why is that?
That's like a comedian version of being. I was at the Black Lives Matter protest. Okay?
Yeah.
I was at Tripping on Tuesdays. Where were you?
You're making a good point. It's
Yeah.
like-
I was at Mo Better Mondays with chocolate. I was at
These
all.
are
of
at
them.
all. These are all the LA black shows.
And TK Kirkland started.
Yeah.
TK.
Yeah.
So he says. I don't know if
T
that's
to the motherfucking K. Yeah, so I think it is somewhat guilt, and it's also like it's fear. It's just all this dumb shit that could be undone really quickly, but we'd have to admit how remedial everything is. Schultz, we are the anomaly still. I don't do it from guilt. I do it from when I'm in a group of people, I gravitate to the black people. Just generally, like they like my attitude, I like their attitude.
I think it's a cool thing. I think cool recognizes cool.
I think it's a city thing or something. I don't know what it is.
I think it is too, yeah.
It might be city.
I grew up in the country. I had mad white friends.
Yeah, but I don't like any of your friends.
What you mean?
No, I'm just joking.
I had mad white friends growing up in the country.
No. Okay, so maybe you related to them on some country shit.
It was a poor thing too, though. But I always tell you that if you go to South Carolina, certain parts, you have like poor rednecks who still think they better than any black person.
Yeah.
Black person can pull up in a Phantom and throw $1 million on the ground. You're like, fuck you, nigger. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in on a dirt road where it was a Mexican family, it was a white family, it was black families. We all just used to play together because we was all just families living on a dirt road.
Why do you think why do you think we're the anomaly?
I first of all, this is new to me that we're the anomaly. Like I grew up in Manhattan, right? Like I went, you know what I mean? Like it was just like you just were friends with your friends.
Yeah, Manhattan's the most integrated place in the world. So I
didn't know that we were quote unquote the anomaly until I went to Santa Barbara for school. I went to UC Santa Barbara for school, and there was a black interest hall in my living. What are they called? The dorms or whatever. Yeah. And like I couldn't fathom. Like I was like, what do you mean they just want to live with themselves? I thought they were isolating themselves. I was like, wait, black people don't want to live with white people? Like, I couldn't get in my mind that they were going to a place where there weren't a lot of black people so that they might want to feel some kind of cultural connection. Like, I didn't even see it in that way.
It's subliminal.
That was the first time I heard people like talk about Jews as if they're cheap. Like, yeah, they really Jewed them down on the price. And
yeah, you go like, oh.
It was peculiar. Like, I couldn't.
And again, that's another thing of like, I don't think many people are discerning Jewish people from white people.
Yeah,
like I think my Jewish friends will all be like, you know how they think about us Jews? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
No. I tell Schultz that all the time. Like, I couldn't tell you apart any goddamn way.
Yeah.
I thought Schultz was Jewish forever.
People still do. Like,
most black dudes think I'm Jewish.
I thought you were Jewish.
And they think my last name's Brenner, honestly.
They change it to make
they just make it more Jewish than like, Neal Brenner.
But the thing you said about the hall, I think the reason that has to be because if we don't label certain things as black, we wouldn't know where we could go in America. Like, we probably wouldn't feel welcome in certain places. Like, I've literally walked in restaurants with my now wife when we was in South Carolina and looked in there and saw a bunch of people eating and be like, no, we're not going there. We're not going to eat here. Like, and it's just in your mind. I don't even know why. Just psychologically, like, I don't think this is the place. So
that's important for, guys like Neal and myself to know, because we might have a skewed version of the world, right? Like, we're hanging out with people. We're not really assessing each individual I hang out. I'm not going Asian person. I'm not doing the Terminator shit. Black male, Asian girl, Indian. I'm just fucking hanging out with people I bust balls with, right? But you're going from a place where you feel physically uncomfortable.
Yeah, you might get fucked up somehow. That's the thing. That's what Ta-Nehisi Coates' book's about, right? It's all just about Between the World and Me. It's like it's about the physical, just how the black male body is like just constantly abused by America.
But see, I read the book. I love his book, but I don't like that mentality. I can't walk around with that mentality because I still believe in the law of attraction. I believe in the power of positive thinking. I believe your thoughts become things. If I walk around thinking that kind of dumb shit, that shit is gonna happen. Yeah, motherfuckers ask me, have you ever experienced racism? I'm like, I don't think so, because most of the time when I get pulled over by police, I'm doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I've done something.
This happened. I took a flight here. I took a flight from San Jose to L.A. and I had a first class ticket, right? And
but it's Southwest. So
it's nothing. It's bullshit. But it's still first class.
Oh, did you get to board first?
Southwest is a fucking barn in the sky.
There's not even fucking my own seat. But I remember I went and I was sitting in my seat.
It's like fucking starter kit first class.
Right?
No, I can't.
I got bullshit. I'm not paying real first class.
Yeah. If you fly a girl in on Southwest, she shouldn't fuck you when she lands.
Stop it. Why would you even put that out there in the world? Why would you, now with your married fucking ass, now you got rules of how girls should fuck you? You're the biggest hater. Man. Anyway, point is this. I go there and I go to put my bags in, and the lady, the flight attendant looks at me, black lady looks at me, and she goes, do you know where your seat is, sir? Right? And I'm in a fucking hoodie, my hair's all fucked up, and I'm in sweatpants, right? And like basketball sneakers. So she just looked at me and she made a judgment call, which I get. She just gambled. It wasn't.
That's the thing. I can't catch a cab if I'm a hood up either.
Exactly. Yeah. So people are just making things. Now, was there any hate behind it? No. I was like, no, this is my seat. Right. So at first I go, oh, I guess this is what black people got to deal with a lot, And I was a little annoyed, but I was like, you know what? There's no hate behind it. But that just happened once. And I started to realize, what if that happens multiple times?
Fucking day.
And I was like,
I always
okay,
want to do a sketch about that, about like just the reminders that you're black, just fucking from the time you wake up. It's like black toothpaste and fucking black shampoo and all this black shit.
Do a sketch about naive motherfuckers like me who don't even realize that shit is happening.
That's the best thing that
I
you
swear.
No,
Bro,
you're better off.
You're better
it's
off.
It's like people who think like in showbiz where they think like, he got this because of that. It's like, I have to believe that I made it or didn't make it based on my talent level.
That's it.
I can't feel like, oh man, this thing is rigged and da-da-da. It's like, yeah, I have to think that, because otherwise it's not gonna serve me well to think that a crowd is bad. You know what I mean?
You gotta just kill regardless.
Every crowd is great,
Yes.
and if you didn't do well, it's your fault.
Yeah.
That goes back to what we were talking about yesterday with Asian people and why they get insulted when you just be like, oh, Asians are naturally smart.
So
it's because you're discrediting the fact that they actually put work in.
Yeah.
To be that.
So what happened is Chris Rock had the sketch where he had the 3 Asian kids were the accountants for was it PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is accounting firm in America, right? So and Asian people were upset at it because they thought that Rock was saying, "Oh, they're smart." And that means they didn't have to put any work in. Now, anybody who's gone to school with Asian kids knows they just work harder than everybody.
Right.
When my high school was 50% Asian, some of them would go to school on Saturday. It was like, I know you're working harder than me.
They couldn't even get in. They just sit on the roof. They didn't want to be around it.
The shingled roof.
Yeah. They just love the vibe.
So it's like, in a way, it might be honest, when I'm looking at that Rock joke, I go, no, you're actually saying exactly what we want people to say is, wow, if you put hard work in, you're good. And these Asian kids are 9, and the work they put in 9 is equal to what a white or black dude would do at 30.
I like how every year we have to explain jokes more and more.
But
and also it's also funny that little kids are the ones who count the vote. And it's also funny to see a kid in a tuxedo and a fucking briefcase.
If I was Chris Rock and they came to me about that shit, I'd be like, fuck that. I just wanted to add some diversity to the show. I wouldn't even say shit. I was like, oh, they were Asian. Yeah, I knew they were Asian, but that wasn't the joke. That was the diversity.
Chris ain't gonna answer none of that shit.
Say what?
Chris not gonna answer.
And he shouldn't. You know why? I know. Because Donald Trump ain't answering shit.
Yeah.
All right? Donald Trump ain't disavowing shit. Donald Trump is like, fuck it, I don't even know what the KKK is, motherfucker.
Well, no, that's what somebody, another comedian was getting in trouble in the press and asked Chris what to do, and he was like, don't say shit. It'll just go away.
Silence. Yeah,
it'll just go away. It'll just evaporate. If you're just adding fuel to the fire, if you like,
yes.
Like if you just, I always wanted to go, if I ever got in trouble, be like, if you're still mad in 2 weeks, I'll talk about it. But I know you're not gonna be. Yeah. So why are we even? You're just wasting time and trying to get clicks.
24-hour news cycle. If you reply to whatever it is, you make it 48 hours.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Interesting.
It's just that simple. And all you got to do is just hold out until the next motherfucking scandal comes.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby would have been clean if it wasn't 70 women.
Yeah, because that's 24 hours.
It wouldn't stop.
Yeah, and they released them shits like Tupac songs.
Aren't these bitches dead?
Cosby rape.
How are they still getting raped when they dead?
They released Cosby rape.
That bitch is coming out of the woodwork.
Listen, but we talking about the fucking when not seeing racism. Last time I saw that stupid shit, and I don't even think it was racism. I was just upset because my kids was with me. We was at fucking Universal Studios, and we was at the fucking Minion ride.
Yeah.
And they scanned the crowd with the camera, and they just stop on the crowd. So they stop on the crowd, and it's like a section. So it's my family in the section with some other people, and the Minion go, ooh, what's that smell? So the shit, I'm looking around like, is this because I'm black?
Hold on, the Minion spoke English?
Yeah, they spoke.
that's the most fucked up part. They stopped speaking Minion. They were like, what are these?
My wife was like, shut the fuck up. This part that happened to every fucking everybody that came in here to date. Like it's part of the show. It's not even a real person. It's a fucking recording. I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely motherfucking right.
I think this offensive shit, like, I think the offensive shit is just self-interest. Like, I think when you get offended by something, it's just your way of going, hey, I'm a good person. Look how...
No, you just use you use people as a soapbox.
For your own...
And you use them as human soapboxes.
Yes.
They're like, I will prove my not racism by... White people think that is... the civil rights fight is just calling shit racist.
Yes.
And it's like, no, you have to get shit changed. You have to make laws. You have to hire black people. You can't just condemn other white people. That's not anything.
Yes.
That's
but
nothing.
Not only white people, everybody's doing it. I feel like everybody's hopping on the soapbox or using them as the soapbox. And I think that's why it doesn't work for Trump when you call him out because he hasn't really accepted it, but like you can't call someone in the KKK racist and get the same credit as calling Bernie Sanders racist, right? Because you're not exposing.
They have no credibility.
Trump is an asshole.
Exactly.
We know this. He's a jerk. That's why it's something about just owning you being a dick.
Own your dick.
You ever hear Kevin's joke? My brother does a joke where a guy calls him. Kevin says something, and a guy goes, "Sir, you can't say that. That's racist." And Kevin goes, "No, it's okay. I'm racist."
What do you say then? What do you say?
Yeah, exactly. You can't say shit.
You say Eminem and 8 Mile theory. What?
Yeah. I own my shit.
But you guys know from doing a show, if you just go, yeah, we talk greasy about race shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I love race jokes.
So do I.
I love a good race joke. I don't give a fuck who it's on.
Yeah.
White, black, Spanish. I don't like Jewish race jokes. They're horrible. But
no J and no Q.
No
J and no Q.
But I love a good race joke. You tell me a good race joke, it's funny to me. Like I don't take that shit offensive at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But
I feel like if you can't laugh about race jokes, you may be racist.
Yo, that's my. It's the same. The people who try to be perfect, it's the same as the people who are overly homophobic. When you're overly homophobic, right? Maybe you're masking the fact that you're gay. When you're overly perfect, maybe you're masking the fact you're fucking racist.
My reviews for my show are going to come out tomorrow night, and I have some shit that's like not the most up. I talk about some shit that's like incredibly progressive to talk about in public, and then I have some basic female jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and they're gonna go, well, and it's like, yeah, I'm not one thing. I am a little bit sexist. That's what I say. Everyone is racist. Everyone is sexist. Everyone's homophobic. White people just get to make rules about it and laws about it, and that's the problem. Just don't make laws about it. And the ones that are in place, fight them. Don't just condemn other white people.
Do you think we're racist or we're just aware?
Dude, we're fucking. Our survival was dependent on prejudice.
Yeah.
All the white people that were cool with Indians have a fucking arrow through their chest. It was like, these guys seem nice. Like, there's fucking no.
Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant fucked an Indian chick, and they still tried to kill him.
They still
tried to fucking kill him. Dude.
Like,
that's his fault. Young Metro didn't trust him. Okay? All right? And why would you trust a white man if you were a fucking Indian? Because think about it. They didn't kill all the Indians at once, I'm sure.
No.
So they got some. Yeah. They went around trying to get the rest of them.
When he ate that heart, when Leo ate that heart with the Indian, I was like, motherfucker, there's a fire right there. Just cook it a little bit. Just cook it a little. Just saute that shit.
Dog. That's hunger when you can't wait.
I knew he was getting that fucking Oscar, man.
Oh, yeah.
He got raped by a bear, bro.
You got to get it.
You got to fucking
Leo's
get it.
been dope, man.
Yeah,
he was
great.
dope in fucking this boy's life.
And this is my thing. He got the Oscar now. What does that mean? We already knew Leo was dope and deserving of an Oscar. So what does the statue do?
It's just a dumb like Grammy winner. It's like when you have like Grammy winners in the studio, who gives a shit? But it's a thing for a thing to put on you. It's like a doctorate or something.
You know when Oscars work? Oscars work for shit that you don't really know anything about. Like what was the shit that won Picture of the Year that was
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
And I watched Spotlight because of it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's good for money. It'll get you another $15 million.
It gets you money. But I think,
oh, really?
Yeah. They have a metric. I don't know if it's 15, but for certain, I think it's like 15, 20.
And for a lower budget movie like that, it's going to be huge. Yeah. But I think when it comes to like Leo winning an Oscar, it's different than like getting a doctorate or maybe a doctorate in terms of like a PhD. If you're an MD, you can actually use that.
Yeah.
But getting an honorary doctorate from some school, it doesn't make me respect you more as of a fucking
It's just
comedian.
a checklist. Yeah, it's just a checklist. The fact that people rooted or gave a fuck at all is so dumb to me. It's like, this motherfucker has $150 million in the bank and fucks models. He's got wall-to-wall model.
He's only got 150 and Kev got 100?
Leo doesn't do arenas, man.
Yeah, Leo's not doing shows. Leo made that money off
fucking
movies.
arenas, man.
Nah, you gotta respect
There's
it though.
that much money in arenas?
Yes. Do you know how much money you get for a fucking arena?
I need to know.
How much do you get?
I'm getting plastic cup boy money.
How much do you think you get if you do an arena?
Okay, I don't know.
Multiply what we get from Brilliant Idiots times $1 million.
You get $900,000 if you do an arena.
You get 900,000, but then he has cost the show. He has cost.
All right.
Oh, that's after or before?
It's cost the show. Fine. You amortize it over 90 shows. It ends up not being that much. Also, Kev's stage set. He brings that shit. Just cut like he jumps out of the stage on the next one, like Michael Jackson. the fire shit.
Also, stand-up is so cheap.
Yeah,
Rock
it's
is
one
fucking
guy.
expensive.
Yeah, that's what. So it's like it doesn't. It's you make $900,000
The fucking merchandise.
and you sell merch. I mean, like it's a fucking license to print money. There are cities where Kev will do 2 shows in the same night.
I saw that.
As long as the Plastic Cup Boys don't start using glasses, they gonna be fine.
China.
What do you say?
We have fine glassware.
The funniest shit of that whole shit was when Kat said, "And don't bring the white people." What the fuck was that about?
That's what, because it's just, Kat's so funny. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need a white man with you if you're a black guy? Like, could Chappelle have done what he did without you?
Ooh.
Yeah. If it was somebody just as talented.
And white?
No. No, if there was a black person, if you were me, you could have been me.
Yeah.
There's plenty of rappers. It's like fucking Queen Latifah's got Shakam or whatever that guy's name.
Yeah.
Like they've been black in Harlem. Like you don't got to.
Shout out to another Q. That's another Q.
Yo, all jokes aside,
shout out to Q.
They really black.
Who?
Shakim and Latifah?
It sounds it.
Oh
even if you didn't know who they were, you be like, yeah, those guys are black.
They're like how you talk about Barack. They are a prime example of don't let shit hold you back.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers can't get apartments with names like Shadiqua, but Shakim and Latifah have had a successful production company for years.
Yeah.
I mean, years, decades.
Hold on, I want to talk about this. Do you think that you get the credit that you deserve for your work on the Chappelle Show?
No, but that's fine. What are you gonna do?
I think you do.
I get it from you, but I don't get it from most. You saw on the people are like, oh, I didn't know about this, or oh, fuck Neal, or whatever. Like, there's either they don't know or they're mad at me.
You know what that comes from? That comes from reading the credits. Like, you know how we grew up with CDs and tapes, so you would actually open it up and read the credits.
Yeah.
Like, I was always into that. I want to know who did the
me
beats
too.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
Who directed the movie, you know.
But like, there are people that give me credit. But me and Dave had early on, I was like, you're going to get all the credit in comedy and I'm going to get all the credit in showbiz. That was on Half Baked and that happened. And then with Chappelle Show, he was so good that people were like they couldn't imagine him not making it all up himself.
I'll be honest, that was my understanding.
Yeah.
I had no clue that there was a Neal until I got into the business more. And I saw you more established. But I want to know, like, you know how, like, Kobe and Shaq, Kobe had this thing where he was like, I need to do it without Shaq.
Yeah.
Do you still feel this pressure, like, I need to prove I can be
That's a good question.
Kobe?
That is a good question. I'll say this. I don't need to prove it to Dave.
No, not to him, to yourself. Like,
yeah, but I think it's different than Kobe. I think Kobe personally didn't like Shaq.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So I think in my case, it's more just like, I feel like if there's some justice, I will, if that makes sense. But I'm not walking around, I wasn't directing Rick James going to be like, that should be me. I should be doing Rick James right now.
I think LeBron's a better analogy.
For example?
Because he was in Cleveland, but he went to Miami to get the ring.
Yeah.
I'm sure he heard, he can't do it without Wade, he can't do it without Bosh. Now let me go back to Cleveland and try to bring my hometown a motherfucking ring.
But that's different because Chappelle had the name at the point in time. That's what I'm saying.
With you. Chappelle didn't have a name to me until the TV show.
Yeah, to you maybe, but Chappelle.
No, but he was big in but black people weren't fucking with Dave that much.
Black people weren't. But black people weren't, and Dave was kind of like a white, even into Chappelle's show. Like Dave has had a white fan base.
I didn't know Chappelle was a black guy until Chappelle's show. I'm like, this guy likes rap.
But even then, it was on Comedy Central, which is a white channel, like super white, right? So it's like, I don't know. I always wonder that. I always wonder if that's like part of you. That's like,
there's two things I want. I want someone to go, I can't believe they were on the same team. That's one thing I want. And but I was never jealous of Dave. It's more just like, I would like to not be afraid of something. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to call the shot. Like, the thing that's aggravating is, so I've been doing all this press and doing good and like do the Daily Show. And I said to one of my agents, I go, I can't wait till tomorrow when people see this and asked me to write for Hannibal. Because that's the shit that it's like. They asked me to write for people, and it's like, motherfucker, did you not just watch what
Neal.
fucking happened?
Hey, could you write that for Hannibal?
Where's my white privilege?
Yeah.
Tell them.
Yes. No, exactly. It's like, would you, and I fuck with LA Hannibal's my friend, but it's like, dude, get someone to write for me the same way if I couldn't write, they would go, we got to pair you with somebody. Because I can, it's like there's a website where they go, can you write a piece for us? And I go, just fucking interview me. Like, why? Because I can write. Why the fuck do I have to do it?
Dude,
it's like, can you come to our restaurant and eat? You're gonna wash the dishes, but we are gonna let you eat.
I also wonder, are you in front of the camera because you don't have a muse? Like, you don't have anybody you want to write for. It's like, yo, let me keep this shit to myself.
No, it's more just about I would like to. I just, in some ways, I was hiding. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In some ways, I'm hiding. It's like, well, let me just go. And for a long time, I acted like, I don't need that. Like, that need for attention. What a low impulse. And I was like, hey, guess what? Totally need.
Yeah, of course.
So that's more, and I think I'm funny enough to, like, that's the thing is I do shows with guys, and I'll be like, well, I did just as good as him. Why does he get an opportunity and I don't?
Yeah.
And it's more just like literally like just a justice thing. Because Chappelle one time said he's never met someone more obsessed with justice than me. Like, I'm just like fucking obsessed with this shit. Like, it's not fair. I say to my girlfriend, it's not fair.
Comedy
10
Bernie
times
Sanders.
a day. Yeah. So there is that element of it.
Do you think that the same way that, like, in the industry when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were in that movie, what was the movie called again?
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, right? Like, so
people want to know who did what.
Exactly. Well, not only people want to go who did what, but like Matt Damon after that got all the smart roles.
Yeah,
right?
oh, for sure.
Ben got all the I'm a mechanic, I'm fucking handsome, how you doing?
Yeah.
So it's like maybe people are so short-sighted, they develop this kind of typecast as prejudice, and they go, okay, Neal, he's the creative guy, he's the background, he's the writer. Chappelle's in front of the screen.
No, I get it. It's like when black dudes say sometimes I look like Eminem. I'm like, I don't look a fucking thing like Eminem.
Say who you look like.
It's just some
Say
weird,
who you look like.
It's just I look like Steve Blake. From
exactly
the LA
like fucking Steve Blake. It is shocking how much
it
looks
hurts.
Like Steve Blake.
It hurts my feelings,
dude.
And it's true.
I played Jay Williams in basketball. I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah,
but,
no.
Well, anyway, I mean, we didn't do it, but I wanted to call you and do a fake, because Jay and Steve used to have a, rivalry in college. Maryland,
got it.
Maryland would play Duke, so I wanted you to do a fake basketball like warm up for me in prep for the game. It never ended up happening, but it was one of these things where you look that much like.
No,
Steve,
I agree. It hurts.
Have you ever fucked any of his bitches?
Nah, man. I did see him in an airport, and I was going to say
you might be able to do better than.
I think
I think you're all right.
A lot of those guys are like gym dudes. That's what people don't understand about like athletes. Like they're just like dumb. They're like the jocks from high school.
Oh no, we know that.
Yeah, you guys know that.
That is a stereotype that is absolutely true.
They're like just like zeros. They just like everything I do is with my hands.
Yeah, wax.
Where do you develop social skills though, man? It's like you've been put on a pedestal your entire life.
Yeah.
You haven't really had to have like real social interactions or like win people over.
Yeah, you've been getting gassed up since you were like 6th grade. Yeah.
Wax literally winged his way through college.
Yeah.
Wax literally had a degree and did no homework, never wrote a paper.
But wait
nothing.
for it. A double degree. He got greedy with winging it. This motherfucker has a double major.
Wax.
His boy with the dreads.
With me.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Who cheats and goes, fuck it, I might as well get two.
Smart cheater. People, and me and Dave made an agreement a long time ago, don't say who wrote what. Because people want it. When we were doing Half Baked, I go, let's just have a policy of not saying who writes what. Because I know when people ask, they want to discount one of us.
Yeah.
So it's it's a no.
Well, it's immediately they discount you. Let's keep it fair.
Of course.
I remember the first time we met, there was a comedy club, Eastville Comedy Club. You dropped in to do a spot.
Yeah.
Right? And it was this kind of like humbling experience because you walked up and there was some young comic at the door. There's always like a young comic.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, can I go on and do a few minutes? And usually when there's a more well-known comic, or
Right.
somebody in the industry that could just drop in and go on stage, right? And the guy goes, "Hey, yeah, like, who are you?" or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then you pause for a moment and you pointed to a picture on the wall, and there was a picture of Rick James,
Yeah.
the Chappelle in the Rick James outfit,
Yeah.
and he goes, "I'm the guy who directed that."
Yeah.
That's some dick shit, Neal.
No,
When
Neal's
someone's
got
like,
a little
we-
reputation for being
Yeah,
a
I
little
do
bit of
have
a dick.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, it's like, well, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I want to go on. Should I be like, derp? I don't know. Like, just like, if you want to know who I am, here's who I am.
Yeah.
I made that thing.
Is it frustrating always being questioned about Chappelle? Because Chappelle doesn't get questioned about Neal all the time.
I agree.
But he don't do interviews
when
either,
people ask me about Dave specifically, I don't assume people are asking me about Dave specifically. They're asking me about the show.
The show. Yeah.
So, it doesn't bother me at all. I love the show.
I'm letting you know
think
if I ever interview Dave,
it's
the
only
first
gonna be
question I
about
think
you.
Thank you.
For the
Thank
first
you.
at least 15, 20
Fucking
minutes
thank
is
you.
all Neal Brennan.
Yes,
I'm
thank
telling
you.
I'm telling you that.
Thank
you
you.
got my word.
We
You
were
owe me
told
that.
by
Brother,
Neal
you owe
Brennan
me
I
that.
owe you that,
that
brother.
Neal banished you to Africa. Is this
Yeah.
true?
Yes.
He said, "Go back to Africa," and you
And
went.
you took it. You're
So-
that funny.
So do you feel like the dick rep maybe comes from not getting the credit you feel you deserve, like these kind of situations where you create this
the dick rep. Well, the
monumental
dick
fucking
rep is
show.
like, look.
dick segment.
A buddy of mine said that I'm like a wrestling villain where I act like I'm an asshole, but I'm not an asshole.
Yeah.
Which I think is true. Like, if you know me, I'm like
I've never gotten
I'm
it
in
from
the
you.
fucking
Yeah, I know.
like I do nice shit for people. So the dick thing, yeah, I'm sure. Well, a lot of it has to do with that rich guy. That's so when people go, this rich guy is walking, I'm already at a deficit. So I have to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I have to be extra sweet.
And fake humble.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Which is like,
yeah.
I'm not going to act fake humble.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will, whatever.
That's actually not a dick move to walk in and point at something you actually directed and say,
When they're
directed
literally going, why should we let you on? And I was
it.
like,
But you really
I don't know.
directed it. So
I know. Well, that's the thing about
Yeah.
Chappelle Show. When people are like, do you mind me asking? I'm like, I made the shit. So I don't mind at all. Like,
Yeah.
that's as much mine as
You're proud of it.
Dave's.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Dave's name's on his face on it, but like, I know how the shit was made. So I can't really, like, I don't get like, man, shut up. Like, what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Like, all my other shit's marginal. So, like, that's the big success. And the other thing is, I might be a dick, but I'm fucking honest with about myself too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like, I have two standards, one for everybody else, one for myself. Like, the shit I'll bring up or the shit I'll say is one standard. So yeah, like, if people that know me don't think I'm a dick, I would say.
That's usually the case with everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's the people that don't know who you are that
Yeah.
think you're an asshole, that
Yeah.
think you're fucking racist, that think you're a misogynist,
Yeah.
that think, not you, but one,
Yeah.
right? And the people that actually know you be like, oh, no, he's actually a
But
really nice
that's
guy.
because-
He's,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
because-
sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
What are you going to say? Yeah, that guy made a great show. He's rich and he's wonderful.
he's a
that's because-
sweetheart.
Yeah.
all of our reputations precede us, but what the fuck is reputation? If you've never met me,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you know my
There's
reputation?
somebody right now saying this about Donald Trump.
That he's a good guy.
There's someone
Holy
right now having this
shit.
conversation, like, and he's probably Mexican, like, dude,
Jesus
he's just a nice
Christ,
guy.
man.
I've never
Of
had a
course
bad
he is.
interaction with him. Probably there's somebody saying this right now.
We can end on this. Do you think Trump's getting in?
Whew, I
No.
don't think.
I mean, he's getting the nomination for sure.
He's
but,
getting the nomination.
but
Okay.
he ain't.
Tell me if I'm wrong in my analysis.
He ain't going to be
Yeah.
the president.
I don't feel like white people like Donald Trump. I feel like white niggas like Donald Trump.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's-
saying?
No, I
Like,
did a joke about it last night. The reason, it's the way, you know how his supporters, the more you mock him and point out how flawed he is, they
Yeah.
like him more.
Yeah.
It's like when a 16-year-old's dating a 25-year-old and they're like, he's a bad guy. And they're like, you don't understand my Donnie. He's going to build a wall for us. And man, his tweets ain't spelled good. That's not his thing.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like protecting this guy who they think is for him. It's like, that motherfucker doesn't care about the working class. He's
Absolutely
a cartoon
not.
rich guy. Like Mulaney's joke about him. Like, he's a cartoon. He's what a homeless guy's idea of rich is.
rich.
Yes,
That's good.
literally when I was in South Carolina Saturday, and I'm driving and I'm looking at the fucking pickup trucks with the Confederate flags, Trump bumper stickers, and I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about you, you white nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he don't give
Yeah.
a fuck about you.
Yeah.
He
and
would
he never will.
never will.
Unless it's good for the bottom line, he doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck.
Hey, man, he's making America hate again.
He's absolutely making America hate again.
Did you see the Oliver segment about him? It was really
did.
good.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good because he just, he used facts, but he didn't really say anything that we didn't know about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The Trump shit was funny, though.
That was interesting.
Great.
But Donald Trump's he's a liar. He contradicts himself all the time. He's a politician. He tells you what you want to hear.
Sure, he is.
To get your fucking votes.
I feel like this Trump thing is more indicative of just how kind of desperate people are in the middle of the country. I think when we're on the coast,
they're mad at the establishment. They're fucking furious because they've been lied to for so long.
Yep.
And they're finally like, oh wait, you're all lying. But they somehow think Trump's going to be honest.
But it's like,
no, he's honestly racist, but he's not honest about his policy. He has no policy.
It's guys like Trump who put you in that position.
Sure. And they probably will continue to do that. But the fact that he just sells them this dream of it's going to get better. People don't know the intricacies of healthcare, myself included. Like, they don't need to know the intricacies of finance market and how overseas money works, all that kind of shit like that. All they want to hear is, I'm going to make America great again. If my life sucks and you're telling me that you're going to make it great.
And I hate brown people and I'm afraid of Muslims just like you.
That's all I need. Trifecta right there. Boom.
Barack Obama has to feel like Jay-Z watching like Young Thug prosper. He's like, all these years I've been writing all this prolific shit, saying all this prolific shit, and here comes this motherfucker with the most simplest shit. I'm going to create jobs. I'm going to build a wall and keep Mexicans out.
Exactly.
And Muslims need to be banned from the country. Yes! Yes!
Well, they always say in a general election, though, like, optimism is what works.
Yeah.
Optimism is what works in life.
I also had the thought, if you're famous enough and want to be president, we can't stop you. The only thing stopping Schwarzenegger from presidency is the fact that he wasn't born
Austrian.
here. If he wanted to be president, there's not shit we could do about it. If Stallone wanted to be president, he could probably be president.
So Kanye could get it.
Kanye can, because white people don't like him. But if you're white and famous enough, you can have it.
Why? Why is that?
Because we think that we're electing a king, and it's because if you have brand name recognition.
Yeah, because look at these dynasties: Clinton, Bush. Like, there's literal.
Yeah. What did we know about George Bush? George W. Bush was the dumbest fucking Bush. He was the dumbest.
Jeb was the smart one.
Yeah,
Jeb
exactly.
Jeb wasn't. Yeah. And here's the thing: if it wasn't for Trump, Jeb would most likely be the candidate.
You think so?
Trump eviscerated, but he got all the money. He got all the money up front.
Yeah.
He raised $150 million.
Yeah, it's a brand you can trust. So it's like Schwarzenegger. He had catchphrases. People don't know shit about Trump's businesses. They just know they're supposed, but they don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was the other thing that was interesting about what John Oliver said. He was like, it's just about the brand.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the word Trump and it feels powerful. It feels prestigious.
A word. The word Trump is to do better than someone.
Yeah, Trump somebody in a car.
Literally, that's what I understand. It's like Trump. It's like, that's the better card. It's like, I trump my thing, trumps yours. It's a verb. So I feel like there's a lot of reasons, but I think in the general election, I think they'll try to make Benghazi a thing. They'll try to make the cheating a thing, but once Bernie's out, then the left will unite behind him because she will mobilize people. The anti-Trump voters will mobilize people on the left.
What's the strategy? We were talking about this yesterday. We were talking about this, and I asked you what the strategy against Trump now has been. I'm going to point out that he's racist. I'm going to point out that he's sexist. I'm going to point out that he hates
nobody's
Muslims.
done it yet.
But no.
Like,
what do you mean?
Megyn Kelly's the only one.
Yeah, you got to call it out verbatim.
Okay, fair enough. In the Republican Party, they don't want to do it because they don't want to alienate some of those people that might vote for them.
Yeah.
But even if they do, will that work if they're already voting for him knowing this information?
Yeah, but Hillary got to be extreme. Yeah, that's true, though.
Because I hit you up. I'm like, what would you do in this situation? What was your war strategy?
I'd come out and say, hey, this motherfucker's trying to put you back in slavery. He wants to segregate every goddamn body. All in. Okay, he wants to burn all the trailer parks in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would really jump out the window like that.
Hillary just raised her black fist in the air.
That's it.
One
Black
time
power.
for Trayvon.
She's getting black people. I mean, straight up. The other reason black people love her, she dresses like Steve Harvey. That was also on my Daily Show last night.
She looks like a futuristic Steve Harvey.
She dresses she's one of the original kings of comedy. She goes to the same tailor as Bernie Mac and Cedric the Entertainer.
She do have a baggy suit.
Yeah.
Hillary do got a baggy fucking suit.
Yeah, she's getting black people and she'll get women. She's gonna get the same Barack voters. I think people are they're gonna feel like she's on the ropes, and they have to save her from this creep, and she'll win. I think she'll win by 10%.
And Barack's going to do an amazing speech.
But what if Trump...
Yeah.
Barack might do. Barack might remix the Join the Truth. Ain't I?
And her husband
go win.
speak.
Go win.
If Young Metro...
And word up.
Yeah.
Bill's going to endorse.
Bill's going to go in.
Bernie's going to eventually endorse.
But what I want to know is, what is Trump...
They're going to have JFK
do?
hologram like Tupac come back. Go ahead.
JFK hologram.
Are there any more Kennedys to endorse her?
No, and it doesn't mean anything anymore either.
Yeah.
But what is Trump going to say to Hillary? Because Trump is going all in. Trump will make fun of your hands.
He's going to go after Benghazi, and he'll go after Benghazi.
But he doesn't know enough about that.
He'll figure it out, because that's what he's going to have to go after her.
So he's going to go Benghazi.
He's going to have to go, Donald, explain to me your policy for this. And go, I don't know, but it will be great. And that'll be like, Donald, that's happened
when Rubio and
went
Trump went after them.
She's just going to do that. She'll go, I was the Secretary of State and a congressperson for 10 years. From all accounts, Hillary is the hardest working motherfucker you've ever met.
Yeah.
She traveled more than Obama did when she was Secretary of State, and she's cool. Like, she's a nice person. From everything I've heard, she's a good person.
But Trump is going to go, well, people died, so maybe you didn't do that good. And then that means nothing.
Yeah, and she'll explain how people died.
I don't think Trump,
and also, when you're on the front lines, people die.
I don't think Trump's going to survive sexism. He survives racism.
He'll survive if men don't give a fuck about sexism.
But the women going to eat his ass alive if he says anything remotely sexist.
I think you can't come at him for being a bigot, because that hasn't worked. You have to come at him for being uninformed. That's got to be the angle.
If you're a woman, you can call him sexist.
Yes.
And that is a shot that
and
will
that
land.
will work.
Listen, every daytime talk show is hosted by women. Wendy Williams will kill him. The View will kill him. The Real will kill him.
But those people are already voting
Social
for
media
Hillary anyway. How are you going to get the on the fence folks? And this guy's good.
Well, that could help the on the fence folks. If people are on the fence.
It's on the dude. He's not a statesman. He's just a blustering rich guy. He's not a statesman.
But he's good dude. He's funny. He literally, the Jinx. Remember you ever watch that, the Jinx with Robert Durst from HBO? Sure. Remember when he goes in court and he was like, I was walking around in a dress and it was humiliating, and all of a sudden the fucking jury laughed. This guy's on there for murder, and the jury laughed, and the defense goes, the prosecution goes, what the fuck is going on? They're laughing. He's gonna get off. That's what Trump does. Trump cracks up. He cracks jokes. He's got people laughing in the fucking debate, and then you forget that this guy knows absolutely nothing about what he's talking about.
You're right. All right, let's close this out. Neal put his coat on. It's like we was all over here playing video games, and Neal just started.
My mom.
It's his console, so he just started packing up and unplugging.
He's wrapping the controller up.
Yeah, like fuck, bro, we're not playing no game. But Neal, 3 mics.
3 mics
right now.
Go to 3mics.com. I'm doing the show till April 9th. You will.
Where is it?
Love it.
Oh, you're in New York till April 9th.
Yeah.
Oh,
where's the show? We'll check it out.
It's at the fucking Lynn Redgrave Theater on Bleecker Street.
Bleecker and Lafayette.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck I thought it was just this week.
We did
I know,
show.
because I was short, and then we were only doing 3 weeks, and then I got extended.
Oh,
we did Brilliant Idiot. Is it the one downstairs, or is
it's in that same? It's the one upstairs.
Where we did Brilliant Idiots live the first time. Remember that?
First time.
It was in I forget the name. Yeah. There's a bigger black box theater above it. So for anybody listening who came to the Brilliant Idiots first live show,
it's on the first floor, not the basement.
Because
I don't.
You got that real
life
shit. You got that sea level.
I'm coming to that shit. Salute to my man.
There's an opening tomorrow. I invited you to.
I'm coming.
All right,
I'm gonna be there. What's your Twitters and all that good stuff?
Neal Brennan.
Neal.
Neal Brennan.
All right. So as always, man, if you listen to this motherfucking podcast, you think we're brilliant, you think we're smart, you're absolutely right. What if you listen to this podcast and you think that we're just a couple of idiots who don't know shit? You're absolutely right too, because it's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
And one more time, be sure to check out Viceland, a new TV channel from Vice that debuts this week with shit that's delicious from Action Bronson, plus lots of other cool programs only on Viceland.